there to Claire Nelson, but she is not going to make a play on it. Leo Wayne heading to second. Jay's heading to third. We got to gas up Jay next time he's pitching. And he's not going to make it home. Will he make it home? Will he make it home? Come on. Let's go, Jay. Let's go. 80 runs. He's going to get the juice box next time he's pitching. Marcellus Marks rips that one. Leo Wayne heading to third. And I think we're going to send her home. Let's go. Going to be 81-0. Come on, miss this throw. Miss this throw. Miss this throw. Come on, please. Let's go. Marcellus, get to third. There we go, kid. Barry Bonds rips that one. Let's go. Let's go. 82nd run coming home. Nomar lifts this one. No! We need to score 17 runs in the last inning to make it. Really going to come down to our last inning at bat. That is insane. Got to get at least one more power up as security. I really did not want it to come down to this. This is the last thing I wanted. I wanted to coast through, have like one monster inning, but it is literally going to come down to our last chance at bat. And Thor Herring puts it in play. Going to be another double play. Wow. Okay, there's the insurance. Now I'm going to gas up Jay Green. I want him to have max stamina for sure. Julie Dunkel, oh my gosh. She literally ran past the guy who hit the ball and came back to tag him. That's incredible. So we have to hit very smart here. We either got more screaming line drives or we got more aluminum towers. We have to score 17 runs. Another foul ball. Ivan King is going to war with Pablo Sanchez. But Pablo Sanchez rips that one. He's going to land safely. Going to be a single for Pablo. And Cameron Haynes and Wayne Pittman still have yet to take the mound, by the way. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what the manager is doing, but they're only fresh arms. Still have yet to take the mound. Cameron and Wayne just to stay at third and catcher, respectively. Okay, we do have 2 aboard, but because we have no outs yet, not going to use a power-up yet. Let's go, Henry. Rips that one, and that lands. Let's go. That's what we needed. Come on. Pablo's coming home. Good throw in for Heidi. Pablo's going to score.
Hey!
Oh, no. Please land. And there's out number 1, but we can still score. This is really bad, but we're going to at least score 1. And you know what? Henry come home too. No. Oh, my gosh. We can't even score 2. Jay Green rips that one into the gap. Great hit. That's why we gassed him up. And he should make it to at least third here. Bats in 1 run. And you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's go home. Come on, Jay Green. Put us at 86. Decent throw in, but he is going to score. Leo Wayne rips that one. Let's go. Just showing off the power. That's on line drive power. That wasn't even a power swing. And she cleared the fence. No problem. They just keep rotating Ivan and Dana. Ivan has thrown 90 pitches. Marcellus Marks. Do we have an Oppo Taco? Let's go. Oh, not quite out of here. He's going to get to second. But my goodness, man, that was so close. Barry Bonds rips that one. Look at that. Absolute monster. On line drive power, we get to 89. Oh, no. Come on. Ooh, that's into the
I've got
gap.
news. Very, very bad news. We found Avon. He's got control of a nuclear missile base inside Mount Chiliad. I've spoken to Rackman. She wants us to infiltrate the...
No way! No way! And the ump gives us that one. Wow. We are cutting it so close. Pablo Sanchez, and that will be into the gap. 90th run coming home. Pablo going to second. And that ball is stuck. Ground rule double. Julie Dunkel. That's out of here. 92-0. Every home run you've seen today is line drive power. Henry Deschene, and that is close, but not quite. Henry Deschene is going to make it to second. Look at the speed. Ken Griffey Jr., and that's going to be over Heidi's head. Let's go. Holy cow. But now Ken Griffey Jr. is on first. He's been slow all day for some reason. I'm worried about him, but we get to 93. Okay, what do we do here? Ivan King at 99 pitches. Best case scenario here is that Jay sends it out. And he does just that. Let's go. 95-0. I just don't know why for the last several innings it was kept on rotating Dana and Ivan. It just makes no sense. We have not seen Thor Herring in forever. Although, this could be out number 2, but no, Leia gets there in time. Oh my goodness. Horrible throw. We're going to take an extra base. Marcellus Marks, and that stays fair. Ground rule double. Going to score another run. Barry Bonds into the gap. Let's go. Marcellus is going to score. Barry Bonds is run number 98. Can he get home? Claire Nelson does not have the speed to throw that back in time. Let's go. 98-0. I think we're going to let Nomar Garciaparra do the honors. Aluminum power to get to 99 runs. Challenge almost completed. We got to, have one more defensive stand, but we just scored 99 runs. What an inning. A rally with just one out. Wow. I cannot believe it was this tense. I'm going to exhaust all these power-ups because, I never leave a power-up to go to waste. Another dinger for Pablo, and that was just a 2-time use of aluminum power, so good thing we didn't have to use them at all. Julie Dunkel with the rip on the screaming line drive. She might score here, although Heidi Thurman has a cannon. Julie to third, and she is going to round the bases inside the park home run, 101-0. Henry Deschene rips it. Pretty much the exact same place, actually, though it makes sense. Henry Deschene and Julie Dunkel are clones of each other. Henry heading to third, and I think this will probably work out the exact same way. Henry comes home, 102-0. Ken Griffey Jr. in the exact same spot. That is 3 hits to the exact same spot. That's hilarious. And just Ken Griffey Jr., his stamina has been so low all game long. He will make it to second, though. And we have another screaming line drive. Look how many screaming line drives we've saved up. I think we've hit more than 10 screaming line drives throughout this game. And that's it for our power-ups. So we're just going to, as a formality, we are going to bunt this one out. And they might not be able to do anything about this. Wow, yeah. I mean, jeez. I feel bad. So a bunt here will likely provoke a double play, and I really don't want that. I don't want to, give them a power-up hit, because that could ruin this whole thing. So grounder for Marcellus Marks. They're probably going to get Ken Griffey Jr. out running home. And, yep, okay. 1 out left to go. It's going to be Barry Bonds, who had a much better game today. He had some sort of silent buff, we don't know what it was, but 20 runs in that last inning to cross 99. Just got to finish it out here on defense. Ivan King, the beneficiary of 2 of the 6 walks today, but they were all necessary to get the necessary power-ups. Well, the crazy thing is we really didn't even need to stack the power-ups to finish that game off. We definitely could have scored the 99th run without the aluminum power, but just wanted it to look cool. But man, that was probably the most clutch hitting of my life in that last inning there. I was feeling it. I was in the zone. I had to be. Right to Jay Green, out number 2. And Victoria Schamberg puts the ball in play. That's gonna be it. We win 102-0, and we complete the 99-0 challenge with errors turned off at Ekman Acres, one of the deepest parks in the game. Crazy. So here are the stats if you want to see them. I think Pablo, 14 of 15 was the MVP, although Henry Deschene, 14 of 14 as well. Actually, both Pablo and Henry had 6 home runs, although I think all of Pablo's were outside of the park. So he was just impressive considering that he had a nerf to his batting and still ripped all those home runs over the fence. Julie Dunkel actually had the most with 7, and Marcellus Marks only had 1 home run, so that's pretty crazy. But man, pitching was of course an afterthought. We were mainly going for walks, but wow, what a freaking game. and we complete round 2 of the 99-0 challenge. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
In need of some retail therapy? PopShelf has you covered. Come on, let's go. The thing about PopShelf is I always find what I need and what I didn't know I needed. There's no better feeling than entry.
Backyard Baseball 2003 content is back on the channel, and since it's been so long since our last series playthrough of Backyard Baseball, I figure I should just jump into a quick recap to catch everybody up to speed, especially if you're a new viewer. So in our first season playthrough of Backyard Baseball 2003, I took over the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and I basically built a super team. My roster featured Nomar Garciaparra, Ichiro, Randy Johnson, Ken Griffey Jr., Pablo Sanchez, Ahmed and Amir Khan, Keisha Phillips, and Pete Wheeler. We were without a doubt the most overpowered team in the league, and it showed because we finished with a perfect record, 14-0 in the regular season, and went undefeated in the playoffs, finishing with a total combined record of 21-0, the first immaculate season in league history. And so with that level of success, especially with my first year in the league as manager, obviously we won a lot of fans, but we also picked up a lot of haters as well. But no hater was bigger than League Commissioner Mr. Clanky. Mr. Clanky has been around for a really long time, and he obviously didn't take too kindly to a newcomer coming into the league and just taking everything over like that. So in the next offseason, Mr. Clanky did something completely unprecedented in the history of the league, and he basically booted me from my own team. So not only were the Tampa Bay Devil Rays heading into the next season with a new manager, but I was now tasked with becoming the manager of a brand new expansion team, the Mighty Monsters, with a roster that was purposefully constructed to screw me over. For those of y'all who don't remember, that Mighty Monsters roster was purposefully built to feature the 9 worst players in the Backyard Baseball 2003 game based on their skill point totals. And that first season with the Monsters, the second overall season in our playthrough, was rough. We lost our first 13 games in a row, including a loss to our former team, the Devil Rays, and the eventual World Series champion, the Junior Bombers. But we miraculously won our last game of the season to finish 1-13 and narrowly avoided the complete disgrace of becoming the first winless team in the history of the Backyard Baseball League. Now, a big reason why we were able to win a game and even remain competitive in some games at all was because of breakout superstar pitcher Thor Herring. You see, Thor Herring cannot hit and he can't run either, but he is very, very good at just one thing, and that's pitching. Discovering Thor Herring as one of the biggest diamonds in the rough, buried deep in the trenches of the Backyard Baseball 2003 game code, was absolutely the highlight of that second season playthrough. As despite the fact that he's only rated a 6 out of 10 in pitching, which is not great, it's just a decent rating, I actually threw as many strikeouts in that season with Thor Herring as I did with Randy Johnson in my first season as Tampa Bay Devil Rays manager. So even though his horrible win-loss record and his inflated ERA due to poor fielding screwed him out of chances of winning Best Pitcher award for that season, I was looking really optimistic heading into next season with Thor Herring remaining as my starting pitcher. And there were more reasons to be optimistic than just keeping Thor on the team, as our 2 lowest rated players, Ivan King and Quentin Driver, quit the team and quit baseball entirely. And plus on top of that, Claire Nelson, who was our backup pitcher that season, decided to leave the team in free agency, which leaves 3 open spots on our roster to fill. And obviously there aren't many players in this league that are worse than any of the players featured on this Monsters team, so no matter who we got to fill in those 3 spots, they're probably going to be at least a small improvement at whatever position they chose. But the offseason following season 2 was yet another offseason filled with massive drama throughout the league. I mentioned that a team called the Junior Bombers went on to win the World Series. This is one of the most stacked hitting teams in the history of the league, featuring players like Jay Green, Leo Wayne, and Julie Dunklin. In fact, after the World Series, the team was investigated for use of performance-enhancing drugs, although despite all suspicions, all the players tested clean. But the Bombers actually took down the Devil Rays in a very tight 3-2 series. So despite the fact that the Devil Rays were assigned a new manager, who was actually Backyard Basketball League color commentator Barry DeJay, and they finished slightly worse in the regular season, finishing with a 10-4 record, the Devil Rays clearly still maintained a lot of their greatness. And a narrow loss in the World Series should have only been a minor setback heading into the next season, but I don't think anybody suspected what would be happening next. During the offseason, it was revealed that Tampa Bay Devil Rays manager Barry DeJay was having an affair with Mr. Clanky's mom. Now, not only
here we go. Okay, you're splitting into 2 teams. Transporter, officer, you're the ground team. To start with, you'll collect our bus from the junkyard at Sandy Shores. Demolitions, you're the perimeter team. You'll be hijacking the inbound Bolingbroke transport. Pilots going to LSIA. Me, I'm gonna put up some smoke in a nice crowded public place.
same way that whoever got the #1 pick in the 2003 NBA draft was guaranteed LeBron James, and how whoever got the #1 pick in the 2023 NBA draft was guaranteed to land Victor Wembanyama, everyone knew heading into this supplemental draft that whoever secured the #1 overall pick got Pablo Sanchez. But it shouldn't come as any surprise that Mr. Flanky would pull some more shenanigans heading into next season, because despite having the best odds to win the #1 overall pick, being the worst team in the league in terms of win-loss ratio last season, we did not secure the #1 overall pick in the supplemental draft. We didn't even get the second pick or the third pick. We fell to pick number 4. We got screwed. The supplemental draft results as follows. The Kansas City Royals, who finished 3-11 last season, landed the #1 pick, so of course they drafted Pablo Sanchez. The Atlanta Braves, who finished 4-10, drew pick number 2, and they went with Ken Griffey Jr. The Los Angeles Dodgers, who went 3-11 last season, drew pick number 3, and they decided to go with Pete Wheeler. As I already said, pick number 4 went to us, and I decided to go with a bit of a wild card. I picked Ahmed Khan. Now this might come as a bit of a surprise to you, considering that when I played as a Devil Rays, Ahmed Khan was probably not even one of the top 5 players on the team. But I was looking at the remaining players on the board and really trying to assess the Mighty Monsters team needs. And for example, one spot where we actually are secure is pitcher. We have 4 pairing. We don't need another pitcher, so therefore we weren't going to draft Randy Johnson even though he's still available on the board. I wanted a pure power hitter, and Ahmed Khan obviously lands into that category. And it especially helps that we're playing at a stadium like Parks Department 2, which is one of the most shallow fields in the game, so Ahmed Khan can rack up home runs with nobody's business playing at this field. And so with pick number 5, the St. Louis Cardinals drafted Randy Johnson and Nomar Garcia immediately. The Green Hornets at pick number 6 went with Keisha Phillips. Nomar Garcia-Parra was drafted by the Detroit Tigers at pick number 7. Ichiro was drafted by the White Sox at pick number 8. And Amir Khan was drafted last at pick number 9 by the San Francisco Giants. So even though we fell to the 4th overall pick despite being the worst team in the league
You got
last
the bus?
season,
All right. Take it to Bolingbroke and avoid attention.
and the immediate post-draft league standings projections had us finishing at about 5-9 or 6-8 or so. With being a lone shot wild card team, one of the most optimistic projections for us with Ahmed added on to the team. But you'll need to remember that I've quickly become one of the best managers in the backyard baseball league for a reason. And I certainly wasn't done with negotiations. Let's just say that. You'll see this team
Hold it together and they'll let you in.
because
You've
there are
got
2
clearance.
players on our roster that I have yet to reveal. So like I said, Amir Khan was picked with the last pick in the supplemental draft heading to the San Francisco Giants. But remember that Amir Khan loves playing with his older brother. In fact, when he's on the same team as his older brother, he even tries to mimic his older brother's hitting style. And so for the past 2 seasons, obviously Amir has been playing with his older brother on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. So when Amir learned that he'd been drafted by the Giants and would thus be separated from his older brother, he threw a fit. He refused to show up to Giants training camp, refused to sign a contract, and basically pulled an Eli Manning. And he said that he would not play in the backyard baseball league in this upcoming season unless he was placed on the same team as his older brother, the Mighty Monsters. And so it took a few negotiations, trading away some future picks and
Okay,
also
get
some
to it.
cash.
As long as they think you're an inmate in a guard, they shouldn't raise the alarm. I said shouldn't.
Newest member of the Mighty Monsters. I got both the cons. And this is huge because it means we just added another excellent hitter to the team. Because as I alluded to just now, and as you would know if you played backyard baseball before, when Amir Khan is placed in the same
You
team
got a problem. Air traffic's red flag the plane and they're scrambling jets. Pilot, if they try to shoot you down, run evasive maneuvers.
which means that we have instantly added 2 10 out of 10 batters to this team. But if you think that that's an impressive upgrade, just wait, we're not done yet. Remember that Pete Wheeler was selected 3rd overall and was heading to the Los Angeles Dodgers. And we all know that.
So much for that. The facility's on alert. You move for Rishkovsky. Go west along the walkway, taking a left at the fork.
Remember, guys, this is a little weird.
Turn right at the next fork and see some stairs in front of you.
And so no matter what happens during the offseason, all players have to.
I'm gonna give you instructions. Try and get you to the target, taking you around the worst of the security.
So naturally, everyone was kind of surprised when Pete Wheeler's name did not show up on the registry at the start of spring training. And it didn't take us very long to find out that Pete
I
Wheeler's
thought they were
parents had basically
assembling
forgotten to sign him
professionals.
up for
I
next season.
collaborate
And
and
so this
nearly
is
get
why-
a ship for the
because
pleasure.
Pete Wheeler's parents were so hard
Just
to
give
get
me
because neither of them own a cell phone. The league had to call the emergency contact on Pete
There are
Wheeler's
some
prior
screws
registry.
I hope we run
And that
into.
name was
Let's go!
guess who? And so I wheeled and dealed a little bit more, sent them some picks and some more cash, which means that we just landed Pete Wheeler to round out the Mighty Monsters.
Asset acquired. Get to the pickup.
You better have a good plan!
The paycheck is in your hands, transporter. Protect Reshkovsky. Officer, you're clearing a path for the transporter and Reshkovsky. Get them out alive. This is how it's gonna work. You're gonna clear the area, then Reshkovsky Rashkovsky will move up. Clear and move. Clear and move. We need him out in one piece. We plotted you a route out of there. Listen up. Clear the area. Rashkovsky will advance.
Some changes throughout the league. I have learned how to mod the game in some ways, such as setting custom lines and changing all the custom team colors and names. That stuff's pretty easy to figure out. When it comes to stuff like schedules, assigning home field, and even replacing entire pro teams, that's stuff that's still very complicated and very difficult for me to do. So you will see that there have been some changes in division structure in some of the pro teams from the last season. That's why I have to replace with different teams. We'll briefly go through some of the more relevant teams that have changed their names. Like I said, all those teams was drafted by the Kansas City Royals, but they are now the Cleveland Indians. And Ichiro was drafted by the White Sox, but they are now the Twins. And so this is just an unfortunate byproduct of, again, me having to change computers without being that great at playing the game. Now, obviously, the massive upgrades we made to the body.
He ain't moving till the area's clear.
It's still really pissed at us. I don't even know what I did to the guy, but he just really hates me for some
There's a
reason.
small gap between the two buildings to your west. That's your exit out of the corner yard.
Mr. Klinky was so
We are going to incentivize this. We need Rashkovsky out of the country quickly and in good health. The better you do those things, the better you're paid. Okay, clear and move.
This is a mess!
Remember, a scratch on Rashkovsky is a scratch off your paychecks. And the quicker you get them out, the more you're paid for it.
The Tigers got no more mercy. The Twins got Ichiro, and the Indians got Pablo. So yes, that means we're going to Ichiro in all the first 6 games of the season. Mr. Klinky knows how to mess with us. So truth be told, I can't really give an honest prediction as to how the season will go. We've upgraded so much, but we are really confident, and I don't think anybody can give an accurate assessment as to how the Mighty Monsters will do this season. But I guess it leaves us with nothing to do other than jumping into the first game of the regular season and getting it all started.
You're going out the way you came in. Let's go.
Honey Bunches of Oats presents Mute Bunny. People who eat bunches of oats can actually eat mute bunny. Bunches of oats. Honey Bunches of Oats.
I don't like
Pilot, they have the asset. Coordinate with the ground team, choose a place to land, and pull them out of there.
Really quickly here that our gameplay settings have not changed since the last season. As usual,
The local PD are all over this. Communicate. Choose somewhere with enough space to land and pull them out.
Our first game of the season is going to be on the road at Ekman Acres visiting the Detroit Tigers. If y'all watched the last season, you'll remember that we had a pretty brutal run. We also have no boosts or nerfs, aside from the usual boost that you receive from playing on the same team platform. For the Detroit Tigers, obviously no Mercy of Power has slotted in their new starting shortstop.
Pilot, ground team, you need to coordinate and get Rashkovsky airborne ASAP.
Big booster Mercy of Power has a small decrease to his pitching stats, but that will always not matter anyway. get the out at second at least. But with Esmeralda Hyman up, we actually do have another double play chance right here. We're going to keep pitching away with her. This time we got her with a slow ball, and she's just going to watch that go by, so no double play, but Thor Herring does get his second strikeout of the game. Now we're back up to the top of the order with Stuart Sullivan, and we got to watch out for this kid. He's got some great speed. And yep, he bunts it right there, and we might not be able to make any sort of play on this. Thor Herring flips it behind him to Dana Sekula for the out at second base. Nice play. Once again, we leave an inning allowing no runs. And Heidi Thurman's doing a good job digging in here, fouling off a lot of balls and driving up Esmeralda's pitch count. And so Heidi Thurman does get a grounder right there, and you know, if she was a faster player, if she was Pete Wheeler, that would be a base hit, but unfortunately it's not going to be there. Sally Dobbs does drop it, but yeah, that's an out. Dana Sekula has some nice contact there, but that is right to Nomar Garciaparra, and he catches that. But the reason why driving up pitch count is so important is because if the opposing pitchers lose stamina, they get more and more inaccurate with their pitches.
The holidays. And holiday trips.
Thor Herring smacks that right up the middle, and dude, if he wasn't 1 out of 10 on speed, that would probably be a base hit. Can he get there? And he will not. That'll be the third out to end the inning. But as I was saying, I keep getting interrupted. The reason why it's so important to drive up your opponent's pitch count is because if they lose stamina and they have to keep cycling through pitchers, all of their players will end up getting low on stamina. Speaking of stamina, Thor Herring's stamina is already getting kind of low, so he'll get a juice box power up soon. But Bobby Higginson hits a soft fly ball. Is Amir there? Yes, he is, and it's out. And Parker McCallum is way ahead of that one. Third strikeout of the game for Thor Herring. And there it is, the more juice power up. So overpowered, especially with a player as good as Thor. High inside pitch, and that gets called a strike.
Ground
Second
team, when you
strikeout of
get
the
to the
game for
bus,
Sally
the
Dobbs.
officer's driving, the transporters in the
Let's
back
get
playing inmate. With the perimeter team do their job, you'll go in place of the scheduled bus. No one will know the difference. This operation's burnt if you attract police attention, so keep your heads down. Got it? Okay, get to work. Coming up on Bolingbroke. Hold it together and they'll let you in. You've got clearance.
And you already know we're going to steal Pete Wheeler. We're going to send him to third, too, and he is going to make it to third. Oh, wow. I thought they're going to get him out there, but he actually made it. So Pete Wheeler's already in scoring position. Can Victoria Schamberg pick up an easy RBI here? That's going to be a ball. Here's the full count pitch from Esmeralda. And Victoria Schamberg whips on that one. That's tough. So here comes Cameron Haynes, and I really don't want to leave Pete stranded. And that was a good-looking pitch and a good-looking hit right to third base. Look at how that was placed, and Pete Wheeler is going to get to home, obviously, and Cameron Haynes is safe. That's a good RBI single from Cameron Haynes. So once again, 2 outs, and Ahmed Khan comes up to the plate with a chance to extend our lead even further. And there is no way you just gave Ahmed Khan a slow ball. Are you serious? The center fielder heads out to the fence, and that's going to be a 2-home-run game for Ahmed Khan. Are you serious? Not only are we leading our division rivals, but we're blowing them out at this point. And there's a soft fly ball from Amir Khan, and that will land. And the third baseman, barely makes the throw in time, and that is going to end the inning. But that was some great hitting from Cameron and Ahmed Khan back-to-back, and we extend our lead to 8 runs. It's going to be a grounder from Nomar Garciaparra right to Cameron Haynes, and can he get it out? Yes, nice play from our starting shortstop. There we go. All we got to do is avoid a complete and total collapse on defense, and we'll actually walk away with a very easy win. Tatiana Jackson puts that down right in front of Wayne Pittman. Nice throw, easy second out. And Esther French, soft fly ball right to Cameron Haynes, but he misses that. That's his first big mess up of the game, and she'll actually get to first. And Chrissy Mulligan strikes out. She whiffs on that one. That's the 5th strikeout of the game for Thor Herring. Heidi Thurman puts that one on the ground, and their third baseman should get that one. Pretty easy out right here. And that is a pop fly right in front of Stuart Sullivan, and he makes the easy catch. So now Thor Herring is up with 2 outs, our last offensive chance of the game. That's a well-placed inside pitch. Thor Herring strikes out on 4 pitches, so the Detroit Tigers really have to rally here if they want any chance of coming back in this game. And that's an outside pitch. Thor Herring gets his 6th strikeout of the game. Stuart Sullivan pops it up to Cameron Haynes. Can he make this play? No, of course he drops it now, of all times. And Cameron Haynes, can he throw it to Dana? No, and she drops it. Stuart's heading to third. Dana, can she make the throw in time? No. Wow, we actually managed to get the out at third somehow, but that was just ridiculous. That was a nice reminder that most of our players are still awful at baseball. Here's a 2-strike pitch high and inside. Bobby Higginson rips that one out to Dana, and she nearly made a good play on it. So Bobby Higginson is safe at first with 2 outs, and Parker Collin is the last hope for the Detroit Tigers. And that is popped up right in front of Wayne Pittman. Can he make this play? He does, and that's going to end the game. The Mighty Monsters win our first game of the season by a score of 8-0. nothing. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm absolutely shocked. We just shut out a team featuring Nomar Garciaparra and Bobby Higginson. So let's take a look at the stats on the game. Pete Wheeler in his debut performance with the Mighty Monsters, 3 for 3, a single, a double off an error, and an outside the park home run. Cameron Haynes was 1 for 3 with an RBI that scored Pete. Ahmed Khan in his debut performance was 3 for 3, including 2 dingers, and Amir Khan was 1 for 3 with a dinger of his own. And as for pitching, Thor Herring only allowed 4 hits, and a couple of those were off errors, remember? He threw 59 pitches, 51 strikes, and 8 balls, and had 6 strikeouts. It was kind of a surreal feeling playing with Thor Herring and the Mighty Monsters and not having to rely entirely on Thor's clutch pitching abilities to secure a win. I think that literally might have been the least stressful pitching performance of Thor Herring's career, and we're heading into week 2 with a lot of momentum. And so now we're ready to get into our second game of the regular season, and it's going to be a tough one coming up here. Because for one thing, Pete Wheeler does have a small nerf to his batting stat, but primarily because we are facing off against the Cleveland Indians, who now feature Pablo Sanchez. Thankfully, Horace Young, who is one of the other better hitters on this Indians team, has a massive nerf today to both his batting and running stats. And on paper, this Indians team is still not really any better than decent, but having Pablo on their team is definitely a big help. But let's hope we can show out for our home fans in our first home game of the season. That's a low and outside curveball, and Carlos Beltran whiffs on it, strikeout for Thor Herring. Courtney Valentino is probably the second best player on this team. That's a pop-up for her, and can Thor or Dana get this? And neither of them do. That's just going to land, and Courtney's just going to take second. So already off to a horrible start fielding. She's actually heading to third, and she's just going to get a triple off that error. After playing such an efficient game on defense last week, it really sucks to start out a game like that, and it does not help that Pablo Sanchez is now up to bat. And that's going to be a pop-up to Cameron Haynes, and it's crucial that he catches this one, and he just misses that. Are you kidding me? And this is already a 1-0 game. And Pablo's going to head to third now. Horrible throw from Cameron Haynes. Dana throws it to Thor, and can we get Pablo out at home? We do, so at least we get an out, but come on, man. That's just a completely undeserved run for the Cleveland Indians, and we just can't be making mistakes like that on defense, especially not with all these improvements we've made over the offseason. Alexis Weiss rips that one out to Victoria, and she's not in position, so this is going to be an actual base hit this time, and she's going to get to second easily. So runner on second for Daniel Willis with 2 outs, and we're going to try left hook low and inside, and he rips that one to Dana Sakula, and she catches it. So thankfully we only allow 1 run out of that, but that's still not a very encouraging start for us on defense. Okay, so Pete Wheeler's up with the batting nerf that I already discussed. I think he's down to a 5 out of 10 at batting, but that's going to be a single. Pitcher Chris Milton decided to just dive on that one for some reason instead of just picking it up and throwing it. So that gives Pete Wheeler a chance to steal, and he's going to take second easily, and that's a bad throw by the catcher, and Pete Wheeler might just take third too, because why not? So that's pretty nice. Pete Wheeler's already on third with no outs, and Victoria Champer can easily get an RBI here. But that's a nice pitch from Chris Milton to the outside, and Victoria just watch that one go by. All right, here's Cameron Haynes. Let's see what he can do, and he gets that past the pitcher, and Pete Wheeler's not going to be able to make it home. Cameron Haynes did make it to first. We've got runners at the corners with 1 out. But here comes Ahmed Khan. We're going to have Cameron Haynes lead off here. And that is a pitch down the middle, and Ahmed Khan is going to make this a 3-1 contest just like that. And now Amir's at the plate. You know he wants to do the same thing. He wants to follow in his big brother's footsteps. Here's a curveball, but that is just a pop-up, and Chris Milton is going to drop that, so Amir's going to get a free single. Here comes Heidi Thurman, but I actually am worried about a double play here, because she is so slow, so if she doesn't place this in a very good spot, this could be a double play very easily, and that will give him a power-up. And that is right up the middle, and oh no, like I just said, that's right to their shortstop. She tags up at second, flips to Pablo Sanchez, and yep, that's a double play. Are you kidding me? Just like I predicted. So sure, we have a 3-1 lead, but we just gave him a power-up. So even though we did pretty well in offense in that inning, I'm actually not optimistic heading forward. Horace Young lifts this pitch out to Ahmed, and he's just going to drop that. Are you kidding me, Ahmed? Come on. Well, he didn't exactly drop that, but he let it drop right in front of him. Didn't make the catch. And if you play this game enough, you know that the CPU doesn't like to use power pitches until they have runners on base. And so unfortunately they have one, so they might use it here. And yep, that is going to be a crazy bunt, and thankfully that one just dies in the infield. So as far as crazy bunts go, that one was pretty easy to deal with. But that does leave us with 2 runners on base with no outs so far. So Thor's going to come in clutch in this situation for sure. But that's going to be another power bunt. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm not going to lie. This one could get pretty bad pretty quickly. That's out to Pete Wheeler. He's going to throw this one in, but it's going to score at least 1 run. Nice throw, so it gets the out at second. No, it doesn't. Are you serious? How did Dana not make the tag? And Dana just throws him to the dirt, trying to throw it back to Thor. So Thor's going to throw it home to Wayne. And okay, the runner's going to go back to third, so we get the out at third. So at least we get an out. But what the heck was that? Oh, wait, hold on a second. Okay, well, we just got a free double play because for some reason, the batter just decided to take third even though Heidi Thurman was there. All right, well, I'm not complaining. Thanks to the stupid base running AI that you can always rely on, we have our own power up now. We're going to pitch it to the outside with Terry Vega, but he lifts that into center right field, and Ahmed Khan is going to drop that, but Pete Wheeler thankfully gets it on the tip drill, and that's going to end the inning. So I'll be honest, we handled the back-to-back crazy bunts pretty well, only allowing one run, and we also turned a double play thanks to the stupid base running AI, so honestly, could have been a lot worse. And it's a screaming line drive power-up, so with these low fences here at Parks Department 2, sometimes those can become automatic home runs, so that's a good power-up to have. Oh, and that's a low pitch, and Dana just strikes out on that one. So good pitch from Chris Milton there to get that first out. And Thor Herring lifts this one right to Pablo, but he catches that one. So out number 2 very quickly. Yeah, Wayne might as well just swing on the first pitch. That's right to their shortstop, and she catches it, so we put up a 0 in that inning, unfortunately. The Indians are back at the top of their order with Carlos Beltran, and hopefully we strike him out again here. And he puts that one on the ground, and that will go foul. Wow, that was actually nearly a pretty excellent hit, all things considered. And honestly, out of all the pro players, I fear Carlos Beltran the least. And that's going to be strike 3, so Thor Herring gets his second strikeout of the game, both of them on Carlos Beltran. Here comes Courtney Valentino. She's already given us a few headaches, and that's going to be a bunt, but it's foul, thankfully. And she takes an outside pitch, goes right to Thor, but he dives and misses it. And unfortunately, Dana's throw will not be in time, so Courtney Valentino is on first, and she's a big threat to steal. And also, Pablo Sanchez is coming up to bat, and he could give the Indians the lead instantly.
We were born together, so it's like just meant to be.
Today, experience Christmas like you've never seen it before.
Thanks for the escort, fellas.
Red One is hugely entertaining. It's an instant holiday classic.
Looking strong. Let's go heavy.
Red One, rated PG-13, now play.
Give us a grounder down the third baseline, and Heidi Thurman should have had that one. Come on, Heidi. And she throws it to Dana, and what's going on, guys? Pablo's gonna get to third. Run for the Indians. Guys, I don't know what the heck I was doing. CPU's base running AI did not work to our advantage there, and so now we've got a tie game. But Alexis Weiss pops up right in front of Wayne Pittman, and that's going to be out number 2. And Pablo's trying for home, but he does retreat to third base, so no double play here. And Daniel Willis rips that one out to Pete Wheeler. Pete's got to make this throw in, and he will barely make it in time. Wow, thankfully we got that out because Pablo did cross home plate, but it does not count because we got the out. But I'll be honest, I'm not satisfied that's a tie game here, so hopefully Pete Wheeler in the top of our lineup could get us some more runs. Pete Wheeler smacks that one out to the second baseman, and he makes a bad play on it, so Pete Wheeler is safe on first. And obviously we're going to steal second base with Pete Wheeler. It's a strike high in the zone, and Pete Wheeler gets to second easily. Victoria Schamberg lifts that one, and that is going to be missed by both Pablo and the second baseman, and so Pete Wheeler's going to get to third. And you know what? Let's just try home. That's a bad throw in. The third baseman has a dive on that one. Pete Wheeler gets to home safely, and we take the lead back. I don't think it's going to be time to bring out the screaming line drive until the bottom of our lineup with all of our weaker hitters. And that's going to be a dribbler in front of the catcher for Cameron Haynes. Hopefully this isn't a double play. No, and actually the throw will not be in time to second base, so both Victoria and Cameron are safe. And here comes Ahmed Khan with a chance to extend our lead even further. No outs so far. And that's going to be a corkscrew pitch, and it's outside of the strike zone, so Ahmed gets walked on 5 pitches. We've got the bases loaded with no outs for Amir Khan. I think now is definitely the right time to use the screaming line drive power-up. Screaming line drive right up the middle into center field for Amir Khan, and this is going to score at least 1. We're going to send Cameron home, and I think he will make it, so that's going to put us up 6-3. Obviously, I had to use the screaming line drive there to capitalize off the bases loaded situation, and we've got another one, so Heidi Thurman can keep this power-up train going. And it's a corkscrew pitch, and we get the screaming line drive off the power-up pitch. Come on, Chris Milton, you got to be smarter than that. Ahmed will be heading home. Pablo misses the play at first, so Heidi Thurman will be safe. RBI single. We're up 7-3. I love that sound, and we've got another power-up coming our way. Well, there's not a new batting power-up, but maybe it was just more screaming line drive swings. We'll have to see. Sometimes the CPU actually does screw you out of your power-ups on rare occasions. And Courtney Valentino comes in for Chris Milton. He was definitely falling apart towards the end there. And Dana Sakula sends another screaming line drive right up the middle. Amir Amir is definitely going to score easily. Okay, Heidi Thurman holds at second. Dana Sakula gets an
Here we go. Okay, you're splitting into two teams. Transporter, officer, you're the ground team. To start with, you'll collect our bus from the junkyard at Sandy Shores. Demolitions, you're the perimeter team. You'll be hijacking the inbound rolling moon transport. Pilots going to LSIA. Me, I'm gonna put up some smoke in a nice crowded public place. We've given everyone an AP pistol and a special carbine, so there's no fighting over who's the favorite.
It's up to bat. He can easily get us into a double play. Oh, and that's a grounder, a soft grounder.
Ground team, when you get to the bus, the officer's driving, the transporter's in the back playing inmate. The perimeter team do their job. You'll go in place of the scheduled bus. No one will know the difference. This operation's marked if you attract police attention, so keep your heads down. Got it? Okay, get to work.
Their second baseman, and he drops it. Dana might be able to make it home, actually. Yep, Carlos Beltran's going to go for second. He makes the tag, but Dana Sakula does score, so it's an RBI single for Pete Wheeler, and we avoid getting a double play from this again. So that was pretty much best case scenario right there. That's in the strike zone, so Victoria Chamber has to swing for it. Oh, the second baseman doesn't make the play, but he is going to flip to Pablo, so that's the third out. And guys, I can't believe this, but we're leading 9-3. We've already beat our previous single-game scoring record. And this game isn't even half over, honestly, so we can score even more runs before this is all over. Boris Young gives us a nice hit, but it's right to Amir, first out. And that pitch is low and outside. Chris Milton swings for it, third strikeout of the game for Thor Herring. And Samantha Winslow gives us a soft grounder. Thor Herring scoops that one up. Easy throw to Amir. Easiest inning of the game so far. Nice to finally put up a zero after so many mistakes on defense previously. And this is a good AB from Cameron Haynes so far. We're hoping to drive up Courtney Valentino's pitch count. A lot of foul balls so far. Okay, now that's like 5 foul balls in a row. So Cameron's making Courtney work for it. And finally, Cameron Haynes puts it into play. And he actually might be able to make it to first. So after all of that, Cameron Haynes is safe. That's honestly the best AB of the year for any of our players so far. That's a good-looking pitch, but it is a grounder. Hopefully this does not turn into a double play. And the second baseman makes the play at second. Hoffman is safe at first. Okay, Amir's out. Hopefully he can drive in some more runs for us. But that's going to be a soft grounder as well, and that is going to be an out at second. So once again, it is a fielder's choice, and just like that, Heidi Thurman is up trying to drive in a run, but we've got 2 outs. Okay, that's a good-looking pitch. Heidi Thurman, well, that's decent contact for her. Courtney Valentino does drop it, but she's going to be able to pick it back up, flip to Pablo easily. We don't put up any runs that inning, and considering that was the heart of our order, that is pretty disappointing. But hopefully Thor can continue his excellent performance so far, and we can prevent
You got the bus? All right. Take it to Bolingbroke and avoid attention.
That, but he is not fast enough for that scratching, and Thor Herring gets the out easily. Duquesne to start the order again for the Indians. Carlos Beltran is back up, and let's see if we can get a third strikeout on this guy. And after 2 foul balls, that's 2 strikes. Let's see if we can get our third strikeout of the day on Beltran. And yep, he swings and misses on that one. So 3 strikeouts on 3 at-bats for Carlos
Coming up on
Beltran. Thor
Bolingbroke.
Herring.
Hold it together and they'll let you in.
We got to do
You've got
something about Courtney
clearance.
Valentino, though, because she's going to problem all day. And she smacks that one, putting it into play, but Dana fields it, flips it to Amir, 3 outs just like that. And we headed to the bottom of the 5th, maintaining our 9-3 lead. Oh, but Dana just pops that one up in front of the catcher. That's going to be an easy out. And Thor Herring pops that pitch up. Courtney Valentino will not be able to make that play. That's a commotion between her and the second baseman. Flips it to Pablo, and he drops it. Pablo, as always, is actually a liability on defense. And so Thor Herring is safe on first, but we got to be careful here because Wayne Pittman's up, and he could easily hit us into a double play. Well, Wayne Pittman actually hits it past the coverage. That's an excellent hit for Wayne Pittman. And he and Thor are both going to be
Okay,
safe.
get to it. As long as they think you're an inmate in a guard, they shouldn't raise the alarm. I said shouldn't.
And that is a fly out to center field. Carlos Beltran gets in position, and he drops it. And Carlos Beltran is not having a good day. And I think all of our runners are going to be safe. So once again, bases loaded. Okay, Victoria, we need you to be safe here, not hit into a double play. Oh, but that is a fly ball right in front of the catcher. Pablo flips it to the catcher, but she actually drops it, and she's going to beat Thor home. So it is going to be out number 2. Yet again. Also, I just realized this, but Cameron Haynes is 3 for 3 today. And Cameron Haynes hits that right to
So much for that. The facility's on alert. You move for Rishkovsky.
So no
Go west along the waterway, taking a left at the fork.
One of the last hopes for the Indians here.
You'll turn right at the next fork and see some stairs in front of you.
We actually
No problem. Air traffic's red flag the plane and they're scrambling jets. Pilot, if they try to shoot you down, run evasive maneuvers.
Alexis Weiss gives us a grounder. Thor Herring is in position. He dives on that one though, and Willie McCrew on time. He will. And Daniel Willis is the last chance for the Indians to get back in this one. And as I think Daniel Willis swings on
Prison's in lockdown. There's only one path to Reshkovsky. Shit, you got Moose on the way. Protect yourselves.
Right there. So the momentum from Cameron's bad throw actually led him right into the path of Daniel Willis
I
as he was
thought they
running
were
to second
sending
base. And thanks to the
professionals.
good old
I
CPU
collaborate
base,
and
hey,
nearly
we
get a
actually
shoot for the
closed out
pleasure.
game. 9-3
Just give me-
victory for the Mighty Monsters. We're now 2-0 on the season. And I can't believe we
There
just
are some
easily
screws
dispatched a
I
team
hope we
featuring
run into.
Pablo Sanchez. So as
Let's
crazy
go!
as it is, we are starting off the season 2-0. We've already eclipsed our win total from last season. Not that we could get much worse than 1-13 anyways. I am happy to receive that second victory because if we went 1-13 back-to-back seasons,
Asset acquired. Get to the pickup.
so here are the batting stats from the day of Cameron Haynes actually had a pretty good day.
Paycheck is in your hands, transporter. Protect Reshkovsky. Officer, you're clearing a path for the transporter and Reshkovsky. Get them out alive. This is how it's gonna work. You're gonna clear the area, then Reshkovsky will move up. Clear and move. Clear and move. We need him out in one piece. Plotted you a route out of there. Listen up.
Solely on Thor's pitching while we're on defense.
I'm really excited to be back because today it's been almost a year since I last toured the facility. Last time
Now I'm back for the second day of the recording. We're about to hop into our third game of the regular season, this time against our third and last divisional opponent. Right now I'm checking to see if we have any boosts or nerfs heading into this game. Unfortunately, Pete Wheeler does add nerfs to both his hitting and his fielding. And this is really going to suck because our opponent is probably the best we've faced so far. And I'm talking about the Minnesota Twins, who are probably the most stacked team in our division.
Clear the area. Reshkovsky will advance.
Massive boost today. Well, remember, this team drafted Ichiro in the supplemental draft. And in addition to Ichiro, they have Frank Thomas and Jay Green, who is a free agent signing from the Bombers. So yeah, this team is absolutely loaded. And Thor Herring is going to have to pitch his butt off if we're going to stand a chance in this game. And Francis Bluer is going to try the bunt cheese strategy to start off, and that's actually going to work for him. It really sucks that that is Thor's kryptonite. Ichiro surprisingly doesn't even have a hit on the season yet. Francis Bluer is going to steal, and she is going to get there successfully. But that is going to be a grounder right to Dana Sekula, and she dives, and nope, she's not going to make the throw in time. So we got runners at the corners, no outs. And now Jay Green is up to bat, so this is a potentially very bad start for us on defense. And Jay Green decides to bunt, but that is up in the air, and Wayne
Please point
makes the
somewhere else.
throw, but Ichiro, we're not going to be able to make that throw back to Amir in time. I wanted to get Ichiro on the double play because I knew he was going to steal, but unfortunately that just left the door wide open for Francis Bluer. So just like that, we are down 1-0, and we've only got one. And he's really fast. Trying to outside curveball here, but that is a bunt. Ichiro's going to stick easily, and no, I couldn't get anybody out here.
Visit the asset. With him before he moves. There's a small gap between the two buildings to your west. That's your exit out of the northern yard. We are going to incentivize this. We need Reshkovsky out of the country quickly and in good health. The better you do those things, the better you're paid.
Pretty quickly, actually. Pete Wheeler is leading his stamina just a little bit, and that is going to digs in and gets it, but that does bring Dana into the plate, so unfortunately we are forced to a double play here. And now Dana is going into a 2-2 count. Solid AB as well. He's a wind-up, that's going to be inside, and wow, well played. Throws a strike 3, but thankfully we actually do avoid a double play there, so that was the worst in the world. But that does bring us to Thor Herring, so honestly, we're probably going to reload next inning. But Thor Herring does get to a 3-1 count. Maybe Thor Herring can draw a walk here. And that pitch looks high, and it is. Thor Herring has now drawn a walk, which leaves Wayne Pittman with the responsibility of driving these two runners home. It's a 1-2 count, and that is in the strike zone. Nicely hit ball from Wayne Pittman, but that is caught by the second baseman. So there are two upsides to that inning. One, Ahmed Khan did get a solo shot, and we also did drive up Jay Green's pitch count, so hopefully that affected his stamina a bit. But we actually might be able to make this play, and we do. Okay, easy out for us. And Jay Green just hit that right to Thor as well. Okay, another easy out, and that was on the first pitch as well. Two very quick outs for us, but Stan Olafson is really fast. We have to watch out for him. And Stan Olafson hits that outside pitch out to Ahmed. Can at least Ahmed or Victoria make this play? And no, Victoria falls on it, but this is really going to be an inside of performance, isn't it? Are you guys freaking serious, man? I can't even talk right now. But Thor strikes out Maynard McElroy with that inside pitch, and so not the worst inning of the game so far for us on defense, but they did extend their lead back to 3. And wow, that was a high and inside looping curveball, and Jay Green strikes out Pete Wheeler, sending him back to the dugout for the second time today. Victoria Schamberg goes for the first pitch, and that is just right to Frank Thomas. Horribly placed hit, and that's going to be an easy out number 2. It is incredible just how much our offense slumps if Pete Wheeler doesn't get on base, because his speed on the base path is such an X factor. He's always a threat to steal no matter what. And Cameron Haynes, that is a grounder, and he actually might be able to make it to first here. That's a bad throw from Jay Green, and wow, Cameron actually makes it. So that's an infield single and a nice hit from Cameron Haynes. And here's Ahmed. So with one swing of the bat, Ahmed Khan could turn this to a 4-3 game. And
Ground team, when you get to the bus, the officer's driving, the transporter's in the back playing inmate. The perimeter team do their job. You'll go in place of the scheduled bus. No one will know the difference. This operation's alert if you attract police attention. So keep your heads down. Got it? Okay, get to work.
And it's a hit with the ball, but Amir picks that up in front of the catcher. Are you kidding me, man? That is disappointing. And wow, that was a great chance there to score some more runs, but we
Coming up on
wasted it.
Bolingbroke. Hold it together and they'll let you in. You've got clearance.
And Heidi Thurman, why are you running the opposite direction? Are you serious? I swear the baseball IQ of some of our players is below freezing temperature. Outside pitch to Jack Joseph, he pops that one up. Wayne makes the catch, but the throw to Frank Thomas is just not going to be in time. Pardon me, the throw to try and get Frank Thomas out is not in time. He played a chance, but that just wasn't a good throw. And Lena, hold on a second. Cameron Haynes picks it up, throws it to Dana, and Dana hesitates on the throw. That was a perfect chance for a double play. Come on, man. If Dana just didn't hesitate there, that would have been an easy double play. We'd have a power out. That's a strike, and Lena is going to steal, and she's going to make it easily. With an inside pitch, Jim Kiley hits a pop-up, and Amir is going to catch it. Okay, thankfully,
as long as they think you're an inmate and a guard, they shouldn't raise the alarm. They said shouldn't.
Still down 4-1. Okay, Heidi Thurman puts that in the air on the first pitch, and that's an easy out. And Dana Sakula pops that up, and that's right to Frank Thomas, easy out. And Thor Herring is going to pop that one up. The reason I'm swinging on these first pitches is because I know that these players are going to generate runs anyway, so it's like, why not? And yep, easy throw to Frank Thomas, 3 quick outs just like that. This has been a very rough game for us on offense so far, so Thor Herring's pitching might have to dig us out of this hole. And Francis Bluer is going to hit a grounder there, but no one's going to be there in time. We're just
so much for that. The facility's on alert. You move from Rishkovsky. Go west along the waterway, taking a left at the fork.
Make the throw, and it's not there. Oh, it is.
You'll turn right at the next fork and see some stairs in front of you.
Be late, but no, the ump actually gave us the out there. So and Jay Green gets a big pop fly out to Victoria. Can she make this play? The inning victorious.
Prison's in lockdown. There's only one path to Rishkovsky.
Turns into a ground rule double for Jay Green. That is smacked up the middle by Stan Olafson.
I thought they were sending professionals. I collaborate and nearly get a ship for the pleasure. Just give me
We're just going to try and get rid of Wayne Pittman as quickly as possible. It's a light grounder going to be
There are some screws I hope we run into. Let's go!
Here's a pitch from Jay Green, and that is a grounder on the ground for Pete Wheeler. And yep, going to be an easy single. So now we're going to try to steal second and
This is a mess!
Steal second here. And that's just a
Asset acquired. Get to the pickup.
Just like that, we have
Paycheck is in your hands, transporter. Protect
first, but at least we tied the game up. That was some clutch hitting from Amir right there. If we hold the Twins here, we will have one inning left to try and seal the deal. Slow ball high and inside, and we have now struck out
Air traffic's red flag plane, they're scrambling jets. Pilot, if they try to shoot you down, run evasive maneuvers.
Great hit.
Clear the area, and Reshkovsky will advance.
Victoria will make the play. Okay, thank you. She finally makes a play in the outfield. We're only one out away from and the offense for the Twins in regulation.
The better you do those things, the better you're paid.
Although unfortunately this is the very depths of our batting order, so we might have to deal with an extra inning situation here. Oh, this is hittable, and no, misses it. I think that was in the strike zone, so that was worth going for, but that really sucks. Because a hit off a power-up pitch would have given us a power-up and basically guaranteed a win. And Thor Herring just hits that right to Frank Thomas. So easy second out, and it's up to Danny Pittman to try and extend this game and give us a walk-off win, but that is going to be a pop-up, and Frank Thomas will get the third out, and so that's extra innings, free baseball for y'all at home. And Lena hits that, and that's right to Thor. Can Thor make the play? He does, out number one. Here comes Jim Kiley, who's already homered off 4 runs today. It's now a 1-2 count. Gonna try an outside slow ball here, and that is going to be a nicely hit grounder right to Cameron Haynes. Can he make this play? Second out, I hate it when the players do that. I still have yet to hear a valid explanation why your first baseman will just run off first base. Sometimes it makes no sense. Cameron actually made a nice play there that should have been the second out. And Francis Bluer hits a pop fly. Can Wayne make the throw? It's not there in time. That was nearly a double play. And that double play would have ended the inning and given us a power up, basically guaranteeing us a win. It's a pop fly, and Dana's going to have to get it. And will she be fast enough? No. She does stop the ball, though, so thankfully Ichiro's going to hold it first. But oh boy, here comes Jay Green. But that is a grounder from Jay Green. Can Dana make the play? No, that's just past her. And wow, my base is loaded. Cameron Haynes, and now Stan Olafson puts that ball into play, and this is going to score a run. Are you serious? Make the throw. And yes, okay, we got the out in second. The Twins don't score a run, but that was just way closer than it should have been. And we have the top of our order with a chance to walk off for the win. But Pete Wheeler hits a soft fly ball. He's going to be an out. Come on, man. Just a 1-for-4 day from Pete Wheeler, and the fact that he hasn't hit well has definitely affected our offense. And that's going to be a light grounder from Terry Shamberg right to Frank Thompson. It's like half of our hits today have just gone right to him. And Cameron Haynes takes that up the third baseline. You know what? This actually might be a hit. That throw is not in time. So Cameron Haynes with a very clutch hit there. And here comes Ahmed Khan. If he gives us a home run here, even just an RBI, that will end the game. Oh, but that is a pop fly. That was probably too high in the zone. Why did I go for that? And wow, that's just going to end the inning. I can't believe we blew that opportunity. And it's still a 4-4 game. Okay, Maynard McElroy has already struck out 3 times today, so we're going for the golden sombrero on him. That's a 1-2 count. Gonna try left hook high and inside. And Maynard McElroy swings and misses. That is strikeout number 4 from Maynard McElroy. 4 of Thor's 6 strikeouts have come against him today. And that's a quick strikeout on Frank Thomas. So Thor is now up to 7 on the day, and he's heating up at just the right time. 2-2 count here. You're going to try a high and inside pitch. And Jack Joseph strikes out 3 straight strikeouts for Thor Herring in that inning. He retired the side. That was the best inning of the season so far for Thor Herring. Come on, Amir, with 1 swing of the bat, we can end this game. We need you to end this game and give us a walk-off win. Oh, but that is a grounder, and Frank Thomas is going to let that go by him, actually, so Amir is going to be safe at first. But with Heidi, Dana, and Thor coming up after him, I just don't know who's going to get Amir all the way around the bases. We are going to have Amir steal, so hopefully he can get to second. And okay, so Amir is now in second with no outs, so we could get him around the bases. All we need is a few decently placed line drives to get that to happen. Oh, and that is not a decently placed line drive. That's just a grounder right to Frank Thomas. I swear, he's just always in the right position. Okay, Dana gives us a grounder that dies in the infield. Oh, and that is just... I was hoping I could bait Amir, because Amir was right in the path of the shortstop corralling the ball, but he smartly decided to just throw it to first. So now it's Thor Herring with 2 outs, and our last chance to bring Amir home, basically. And that is just a light pop fly right to Frank Thomas, and man, we had Amir on second base with no outs and still left him stranded. And so Lena hits it right to Thor, and no, that hits him, but will he be able to make this play? He will. Okay, quick first out. We gotta get rid of Jim Kiley, though. He's been a problem all day. And that's another grounder. Can Thor make this play? He does. No, he drops it again. Can he make this? No, it just bounces too far away from him, so Jim Kiley gets a free single off the air. And Jim Kiley's going to steal. Can we get there in time? Are you serious? How is that not an out? Okay, this is potentially really, really bad. They got a runner on second. And wow, he's going to make it to third. No, actually, he won't. Okay, we were able to stop him there, so we prevented him from getting to third, and that is now 2 outs. That is ripped by Ichiro. Can Pete get there? And he does. Nice play by Pete in right field. And that takes us to the bottom of the 9th. And the top of our order is coming up after Wayne Pittman. Just going to swing on the first pitch with Wayne Pittman. That's actually a nicely hit ball, but that goes right to the third baseman, and she is going to make that play. Wayne Pittman might actually be a decent player if he just had more speed. And we need to get Pete Wheeler on base. He's been having a horrible day. That is just going to be a pop fly right to Ichiro. Are you serious, man? This has just been a horrible day for Pete Wheeler to have a slump. And now we got 2 outs, and Victoria Schamberg has to keep us alive. And Victoria Schamberg hits that just right to the first baseman. You literally could not place it any worse than that. And we are heading into the top of the 10th inning. We had some tense games last year, but none of them even came close to this. But the crazy thing is, I feel like we should have won this game several times by now. But no, Jay Green just... You've got to be kidding me. Thor Herring was having such an excellent performance in extra innings until that point. Stan Olafson hits that to Cameron Haynes, and he doesn't field it. Come on, man. And he throws it late, and that's just going to be an out. Wow, I think the ump gave us a favorable tag there. And Maynard McElroy has been struck out 4 times today, but he's getting a 5th chance here. He puts that on the ground there, and that's just going to be a base hit for him. Wow. You know Maynard has to feel really good about that one. And he's going to steal, actually, and wow, we're not going to make it there in time. And Frank Thomas just cracks that one. That is not quite out here, but Victoria cannot get over there in time, and a runner's going to be on third. No, she threw it to Cameron Haynes. He just let it go by him, so now we're down 2 runs just like that. And Jack Joseph with a fly ball, and Victoria once again will not get there in time. Are you serious? That ball fell on the line and then bounced out of bounds, and they counted that as a ground rule double. So now we got runners at second and third with only 1 out. And Thor's now crossed over 100 pitches. 1 and 2 count here to Lena, and she will strike out. Okay, very clutch right there. But Jim Kiley is up. He's been a nuisance all day. Pop fly there. Pete Wheeler, I need you to catch this. Please catch this. And wow, that's going to score 2. The collapse is on. Full-blown collapse at the worst time. Francis Bluer rips that up the middle, and Cameron Haynes runs in the opposite direction. What are you doing, bro? Achman fields that and throws it into Dana, and that is... How is that not an out? How is that not an out? Are you serious? So now we have to compete against the Twins and the umps, apparently. And Ichiro rips a line drive right there, and Dana just makes a horrible play on the ball. This is going to score another run, and this is just horrible, man. Not only have the Twins broken the stalemate, but they're pulling away now. They're just pouring it on. And Jay Green with the grounder there. Can Wayne Pittman make this play? And he will. Okay, and the top of our order now is to pour on 5 runs somehow to keep us alive in this one. I'm going to be honest with you all, I'm so disappointed. I don't think we're going to be able to get it done. We just chose the worst possible time to collapse on defense. And Cameron Haynes strikes out. That wasn't even in the strike zone, but I'm just getting desperate here. And here's the pitch to Ahmed Khan. That is a nicely hit grounder. They backed up so far from him, so his throw probably won't be in time. And oh my gosh, are you serious? That was a laser from their shortstop, and now we're down 2 outs already, so just 1 out to go before the Twins send us packing. Amir, though, rips that one, and that could be a solo shot. It will be, just barely clear the fence. Well, that is going to make it 9-5, but that's just way too little, way too late, because there is just no way that the bottom of our batting order is going to be able to put up 4 runs to keep the game tied without the assistance of power-ups, which we, of course, don't have. So Heidi Thurman grounds it out to the shortstop. It's going to be out number 3, and wow, that is it. So a very disappointing home loss for us against the Twins, and we'll be having our second game against them in a couple weeks, and if they play us like that again, we might be screwed out of a potential playoff spot before the season is even half over. So here are the stats from the game. Pete Wheeler was just 1 for 5 with the batting decrease, and that really screwed us, because we couldn't even get going on offense. Cameron Haynes was 3 for 5. Ahmed Khan did have a solo shot, and Amir Khan had a solo shot as well very late in the game, but it was just too little too late at that point. And all in all, we were just 9 for 39 from the plate, so a very disappointing performance. As far as pitching is concerned, that was probably the most stressful performance for Thor Herring ever. 108 pitches thrown, 9 strikeouts, but he did allow 9 runs, including a couple of dingers. Although, truth be told, some of those runs definitely were not his responsibility. We just completely melted down on defense late in the game. Cameron Haynes and Dana Sekula and Victoria Schamberg had no freaking clue what they were doing, letting routine fly balls into hits. And I'm worried because that game just perfectly demonstrated all of our weaknesses, but we just have to move on and prepare for the next game. And the biggest boost of the day to report is Heidi Thurman, who's boosted up to 5 batting, 5 running, and 5 fielding, so that's a huge boost for her. And we are playing the Tigers again, and Nomar Garciaparra does have a slight decrease to his fielding. So here's a look at the current division standings. The Twins are 3-0, we are 2-1, the Indians are 1-2, and the Tigers are winless, surprisingly. So like I've said before, we are starting off our season playing only our divisional rivals, and if the Twins remain undefeated in divisional play, they will basically lock up the division before the season's even half over. So not only do we have to beat them the next time we see them, we have to go undefeated against our division rivals and also hope that one of them beats them. But honestly, we just gotta focus on today's game. We are pushed in because I know that Stuart Solberg's gonna go for the bunt for sure. It's an inside pitch and he swings for it normally and he just strikes out. 5 pitches, Stuart Solberg goes down. And Bobby Higginson, that's a grounder right to Thor Herring, but he muffs it and he's just not going to make the throw in time. Are you kidding me, man? Thor, you are not the one who should be making errors on defense. You're the only reliable arm we have aside from Heidi Thurman. And of course, Bobby Higginson is going to go for the steal, and Wayne Pittman just throws that into the dirt. Are you serious? And that's a swing and a miss from Parker Collins, so 2 strikeouts very quickly for Thor Herring. Outside pitch, and that is going to be looked at and missed by Sally Dobbs, so she strikes out. Thor Herring, 12 pitches and 3 strikeouts in that inning. Good job. Pete Wheeler comes up, and we need a much better game from him than we got last week. He was just 1 for 5 in that game thanks to his decrease. So thankfully his batting rating today and all of his other ratings are normal as well. That's a good looking pitch there, and that is smacked to Nomar Garciaparra, but Pete will probably get there in time. Yes, he will. So Pete is on first, and you know that means we're going to steal. And that is a hit right up the middle for Victoria Schamberg, and we actually successfully bait them. Nomar threw it to third, so Pete gets back to second, and Victoria is now on first. We got 2 runners aboard and no outs. And Cameron Haynes, that's actually pretty optimal because we won't get a double play this way. Horrible throw from the catcher, and so Cameron's going to be safe. And we have the bases loaded with no outs. It's a great chance here for Ahmed to get his first grand slam of the season. And Ahmed has worked into a full count here. Here is the pitch from Esther French, and she actually walks in a run, so that's surprising. But I suppose the strategy there was that it's better to let in 1 run on a walk than Ahmed Khan hitting a grand slam. But that does mean that Amir now has a chance to hit a grand slam. And he hits this foul, and that might be just out of reach for the third baseman. No, she makes a great catch. Wow, so that's actually out number 1. And here comes Heidi Thurman. Let's see how her batting boost shapes up. And that is a grounder, and Victoria Schamberg might make it home. We got some commotion between the catcher and the pitcher, and Victoria Schamberg scores. That's an RBI single for Heidi Thurman. Base is still loaded with Dana Sulu up, so now we do have to be very worried about potentially hitting into a double play. Although Dana hits a nicely hit ball there, that is right to the left fielder though, and he drops it, so actually Dana will be safe. Cameron Haynes will score, and the bases are still loaded, only 1 out still. So far this is going as well as it could go, aside from actually getting a grand slam. And here's Thor Herring, and that is a grounder, and Ahmed Khan safe, so that is good, although no way. Oh boy, no, that just undid all of our good progress there. Because sure, we are up 3-0, but they just got a power up off that double play. And as we know, a good batting power up can erase a deficit like that immediately. Somehow Nomar Garciaparra is still hitless through 3 games. Although that is a rocket right up there. It goes to Ahmed, and that's just going to be a single for Nomar Garciaparra, so he gets his first hit of the season off us. And Tatiana Jackson swings and misses there, so that's going to be strikeout number 4 for Thor Herring today already. Esther French, the pitcher, has a grounder right to Thor Herring. Could this be a double play? Nomar is out. And Dana, oh no, Amir. I was so stressed out and worried about Dana missing that throw that I didn't even see that Amir actually picked it up and tagged out Esther French. So now we got a double play. You just never know what can happen when the Monsters are playing defense. And that's a screaming line drive, so hey, you know, we have a power up to match theirs. That looks like it's going to be in the strike zone, so Wayne Pittman has his swing on this one. That's a light fly ball. Look how fast their catcher is. Just flips that to Sally Dobbs, out number 1. And that is a nicely hit ball from Pete Wheeler, although that's right to the right fielder. He drops it, though, and Pete Wheeler might be able to make it to second, actually, and he's going to. Wow, so a double for Pete Wheeler off the error. Pete at second is always a threat to score, and that is going to be ball 4. Wow, that nearly could have been called the other way, but Victoria Schamberg does get walked. Great AV there. And I don't know, guys, do you think I should be using the screaming line drive right now? I think it might just be a little too early in the game to use it, because remember, the Tigers do have their own power-up as well, so they could build a lead, and I don't want to have no power-ups in case that happens. And that is an offering from Esther French. That's a grounder from Cameron Haynes, and can we avoid a double play here? Actually, I think we will, because she just throws it to third for some reason. Pete Wheeler's just going to trot home. Are you serious? I don't know what the heck the pitcher was doing. She was just better off not even throwing it there. But then again, Ahmed's coming up next. So that's going to be an RBI single for Cameron Haynes, and here comes Ahmed Khan. And Ahmed Khan does hit that. First hit of the day for him. And Cameron Haynes is going to be thrown out at second, but runners are at the corners now. It's ball 1, and Ahmed is going to a steal. And Amir rips that one up the middle, and that it might not have the distance. Wow, so no, she actually drops it. That would have ended the inning right there, but instead Victoria Schamberger is going to come home. And you know what, we'll send Ahmed too. No, he won't get there in time, but Amir Khan gets an RBI single off the air. Here comes Heidi Thurman with her batting boost. Hopefully she can get us another base hit here. Amir is leading off to steal. So Amir does get to second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Grounder for Heidi Thurman up the third baseline. We're going to try and bait him, sending Ahmed home. And they throw it home, of course, and Ahmed is going to be safe back at third. So Heidi Thurman does lose base.
Okay, you're splitting into two teams. Transporter, officer, you're the ground team. To start with, you'll collect our bus from the junkyard in Sandy Shores. Demolitions, you're the perimeter team. You'll be hijacking the inbound bowling boat transport. The pilot's going to LSIA. And me, I'm going to put up some smoke in a nice crowded public place. We've given everyone an AP pistol and a special carbine, so there's no fighting over who's the favorite.
So here comes Dana, and that's ripped into right field. So Ahmed is going to score, and I think we can get Amir home too as well. So that's
ground team, when you get to the bus, the officer's driving, the transporter's in the back playing inmate. The perimeter team do their job. You'll go in place of the scheduled bus. No one will know the difference. This operation's burnt if you attract police attention, so keep your heads down. Got it? Okay, get to work.
Okay, so we're up 8-0, so that's a pretty decent use of all of our screen on that drive power-ups. And that's just going to be a trickler from Wayne Pittman. I'm not too disappointed there. Sally Dobbs is going to throw it to third to get the last out. But we did score 5 runs there, so we are going to have a massive lead early in this one. Chrissy Mulligan, Hispanic dribbler, Wayne Pittman should be able to make this play as he flips it to Amir first. Here comes Esmeralda Diamond, who has also made this in the season. So there's some pretty poor batters on this Tigers team. That's a pop-up, and Wayne Pittman will be able to make this catch. He actually won't, but he'll make this not quite in time. So Esmeralda gets credit for her first hit of the season against us, bringing our defense in because we know that Stuart Sullivan loves to bunt. Oh, and it's a crazy bunt. Oh, come on. And that one looks like it will go all the way out. Oh, actually, you know what? That one stopped pretty early. That could have been a lot worse. And we're actually going to get Stuart Sullivan out because he tried going to third. So yeah, we allowed no runs, and we also got it out. That could have gone way worse. But they do have a runner on third. Here's the Thor Herring low and outside, and Bobby Higginson does hit it. So unfortunately, they will score a run here. Although that one actually died very quickly. So 2 fairly weak, crazy bunts from the Detroit Tigers. They only scored 1 run off that. Oh, they have a third crazy bunt, though. And this one, oh wow, this one's much better. It's flying around, zipping around up in the air. Goes all the way out to center field. It's going to chase after that one. It's going to score their second run of the game. And the runner's going to head to third. Dana throws it to Heidi. Can we make the play on free run? She does it the speed boost, and she actually will make the play. Okay, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. It's unlikely that they'll have more than 3 crazy bunt swings. So truth be told, we might have only allowed 2 runs off that crazy bunt. And so if that's the case, they've already exhausted all their crazy bunts. We might have some pretty smooth sailing for the rest of this game. And that's a good looking pitch. Pete Wheeler smacks that. That's going to go to shallow left field, and Pete Wheeler's going to have an easy single. You know what, let's just go to second, because why not? Sally Dobbs fumbles it, and Pete Wheeler is safe on second base. You just got to love Pete Wheeler for that broken speed stat he has. He is truly one of the biggest X factors in this game, maybe even more so than Pablo Sanchez. It's a pitch right up the middle for Victoria Schamberger, and Pete Wheeler will go for third. Yep, got a bait Nomar Garcia-Parra, and so Victoria Schamberger is safe on first. So we've got 2 runners aboard.
You got the bus? Alright, take it to bowling broke and avoid attention.
So Cameron Haynes hits the third baseline, and Nomar does not make a good play on that. So Pete's going to be safe on third, and Cameron Haynes gets credit for his 3rd hit of the game and runs hard to first with Ahmed Khan. That's a good-looking pitch. What are you doing, Sally Dobbs? A fastball up the middle? Are you kidding me? That's a 3-run shot for Ahmed. He is racking up 4 runs early in this season, and he just pulled this game wide open. 460 run feet, and Sally Dobbs is
together, and the lead you in. You've got clearance.
Holy cow, it's got to be one of the fastest exits we've ever seen. And Amir sends that one out to center left field. Will she catch this? And she won't. So Amir gets another hit off the air. He's going to head to second. Heidi Thurman is 2 for 2 today with the batting boost, so she wants to continue her success. Here's the pitch from Hyman. And Heidi Thurman has a grounder right to Nomar. Amir baits him, so Nomar throws it to third. And Heidi Thurman is going to be safe on first for her 3rd hit of the game. Dana Sakula also 2 for 2 today. We've just been having a great game from the plate. Dana works it to a full count. Here's the pitch from Esmeralda. And that is going to be a grounder right to Nomar Garcia-Parra. Oh no, and yep, that's just going to be out number 2. But we do
okay, get to it. As long as they think you're an inmate in a guard, they shouldn't raise the alarm. I said shouldn't.
Whatever happens, happens. Well, that's a decently hit ball for Thor Herring, and that will... Oh, Nomar will actually drop that. And Thor Herring gets a hit from the air. Nomar Garcia-Parra swing here.
We got a problem. Air traffic's red flag plane. They're scrambling jets.
Ends the inning, but we put up a lot of runs there. And we've got an 0-2 count on Sally Dobbs. Gonna try and go high outside, and whoa, Sally Dobbs just took us forward. Okay, like I said, man, people just keep on underrating her power. And I'm not gonna lie, that one's pretty embarrassing. So that home run from Sally Dobbs makes it 11-3.
So much for that. The facility's on alert. You move for Rishkovsky. Go west along the walkway, taking a left at the fork.
Tatiana Jackson, and she swings. It's gonna be
You'll turn right at the next fork and see some stairs in front of you.
Yeah, hits like that are just always out of reach for Wayne Pittman and Thor Herring.
I'm gonna give you instructions. Try and get you to the target, taking you around the worst of the security.
It's a bunt for Chrissy Mulligan, and Thor Herring will be able to make this play, though, so there's out number 3. It's a good looking
I
pitch there.
thought they were sending professionals. I collaborate and nearly get a ship for the pleasure.
The center
Just
fielder
give me
dives and misses it, so Pete's gonna get to second. And actually, you know what? Let's just go to third, because why not? So that
There
would
are
be
some
a
screws
triple
I
for
hope
Pete
we
Wheaton.
run
Here's
into.
Victoria Schamberg with a
Let's
potentially
go!
very easy RBI opportunity. And she hits that grounder right to Sally Dobbs, but Sally Dobbs is gonna tag up first, so Pete Wheeler just comes up. So very quickly sacrificed out there for Victoria Schamberg.
Asset acquired. Get to the pickup.
But that's not a great throw.
Paycheck is in your hands, transporter. Protect Reshkovsky. Officer, you're clearing a path for the transporter and Reshkovsky. Get them out alive.
It's good to pitch there, but that is going to be
This is how it's gonna work. You're gonna clear the area, then Reshkovsky will move up. Clear and move. Clear and move. We need him out in one piece. Make it safe and the asset will move up.
So far, she wants to continue her streak as well, and that's a hittable pitch right there. Heidi Thurman sends it right up the middle, but that'll probably be an easy out at second base. Unfortunately, it is, so that will end our inning. And Esmeralda Hyman just watches that play for some reason, so easy strikeout for Thor Herring. 2-2 count here. Let's go the left hook high and inside, and Stuart Sullivan swings and misses. Another strikeout for Thor Herring. That's a 7-2. Blowing inside, and he's way ahead of that one. So Thor Herring retires the side. 8 strikeouts in the game so far. We maintain our 12-3 lead heading into the bottom of the 5th. Dana Sekula 3 for 3 today, one of the best hitting performances of her career so far. 1-0 pitch, let's go for it, and well, that is probably going to end now because that was correct. This also is hittable. Thor Herring lifts that one up, and Omar does.
Do not risk the asset. Open a window before he moves.
Right to Sally Dobbs. Gonna be an
There's a
easy out.
small gap between the two buildings to your west. That's your exit out of the northern
But
yard.
if we can make it through this,
You're going to incentivize this. We need Reshkovsky out of the country quickly and in good health. The better you do those things, the better you're paid.
please make this catch. He does. Sally Dobbs rips that one that goes right to Dana, and she, of course, can't make the play. Yet another should have been routine play for Dana Sekula, and she botches.
You ain't moving till the area's clear. Come on.
Come on, Dana, make this play at least. Dana, and she just runs past it. What
But
is
this is
going
what
on
you
with Dana
paid for.
Sekula? He throws it to Cameron, so Cameron does get
Remember, a scratch on Reshkovsky is a scratch off your paychecks. And the quicker you get him out, the more you're
So
paid
near
for it.
double play. I think that actually should have been a double play. So there is a runner at third, 2 outs, and it's Tatiana Jackson who brings Sally Dobbs. 1-2 pitch. Tatiana Jackson with the grounder. Can Dana make this play redeem herself? She throws it to a mere third out. Let's go. 12-3 victory. For the Tigers. It feels so good. Teams now. And unfortunately, the Twins did beat the Indians. They were making it into good play. Here are the stats of the game. Wheeler was 4 for 4. Cameron Haynes also 4 for 4. Ahmed Khan 3 for 3 with a dinger. Amir Khan 3 for 4. Heidi Thurman 3 for 4. Dana Sekula 3 for 4. Our only batter to not reach base was Wayne Pittman. Pitching wise, pretty easy day for Thor Herring aside from the one dinger he gave up to Sally Dobbs. He had 8 strikeouts and 66 pitches.
You're going out the way you came in. Let's go.
No, we're 3-1, and the Tigers are winless. And so let's check in on the Indians and their batting stats. Sanchez is batting 4-1-6 in the season with only 1 home run though. So now let's check in on some of the league leaders as you see. He is leading the league in home runs with 5. Thor Herring does lead the league in strikeouts currently with 27. Look at this field. 4 hit leaders in this season. Pete Wheeler's at the top. Haynes is ahead of both Ahmed and Amir Khan with 11. I commented during the game that Cameron Haynes is having a great season so far, but I didn't know he was doing this good. He is literally second in the league in hits. So Cameron Haynes is looking like an early favorite for the most improved player award.
Pilot, they have the asset. Coordinate with the ground team, choose a place to land, and pull them out of there. The local PD are all over this. Communicate safe. Get Rashkovsky
If you look at this nerf for Amir Khan, oh my goodness, he's going to be basically unusable. Down to 1 out of 10 in batting, so we got to move him way down to the order. So we've got a pretty weird mix of boosts and nerfs for both teams going on in this game. We're just going to see how it goes. Pete Wheeler is leading off, of course. We'd love to give him a hit. That is going to be a grounder on the third base, and I think that's placed pretty much perfectly. Pete Wheeler is going to go to second. That's a bad throw, so yeah, he'll be safe. That's going to be a double. And here comes Cameron Haynes with a 6.87 batting average so far this season. With that huge boost that he's got to his speed, he's probably going to get another couple of hits today. The ball on Pete Wheeler is going to go for the steal on third, and he makes it.
When the rest of the crew bails, you'll be picking them up.
Cameron Haynes puts that ball in play. Pete Wheeler's going to come in. That is a bad
Run
boost.
evasive maneuvers, get clear, then head toward the drop zone.
RBI single. And Victoria
This all goes to plan. You rendezvous on the beach in the Palomino Highlands.
Victoria puts that ball in play. Cameron Haynes a big lead off to
I'm just a friendly stranger you know very little about.
There's the out at first, but Cameron Haynes is not going to be able to get the third. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that looks good, and Ahmed Khan is going to take that. Could it reach the pool? Not quite, but that is another home run. And it's like these pitchers don't understand how to pitch around Ahmed. Some of these pitches he's hit dingers off are just so easy. Slow balls and fastballs all up the middle is just too easy for Ahmed. So that is a fantastic start to the game. We're ahead 3-0 and only 1 out away. And Heidi Thurman swings on the first pitch. That is just going to be a grounder right to the pitcher. So that is out number 2. And Dana Sekula is already working to a 3-0 count. So Chris Milton is already starting to lose his accuracy. This is going to be a low and inside pitch. And that's actually ball 4. So Dana gets walked in 4 pitches. And this could be a long day ahead for the Indians if their starting pitchers already losing accuracy, having given up 1 home run and already walking somebody. And weirdly, it says Amir has a boost, but I have no clue how that's possible because he's nerfed on all of his 4 major stats. And that's a high inside pitch that doesn't look hittable, but it's called a strike. So with his batting nerf, it's not like Amir would have had a huge hit anyway. So we exit the top of the first with a 3-0 lead. Thor Herring made Carlos Beltran look like a joke in our first meeting against the Indians, so he's probably not going to have too much trouble against Amir. Here's a slow ball high and inside on the 0-2 count, and Carlos Beltran is going to swing and miss. Thor is making it look easy. High and inside pitch. Courtney Valentino hits a grounder, and she will probably get to first because Wayne Pittman will not be able to catch up to this one. That's why it sucks having a slow pitcher and catcher. And here comes Pablo, always a threat to hit a home run. And one swing of the bat, you can make this a 3-2 game. And unfortunately, it's going to be an easy steal for the base runner. Pablo hits a light fly ball right to around second base, and Cameron makes the play. He's going to almost tag up the runner, and, well, we get the double play, actually. So not only do we end the inning, but we get a fluky double play thanks to the stupid base running AI. You got to love it. And considering we've already got a 3-0 lead, this could get out of hand very quickly. Phil Herring swings on the first pitch as usual, and Pablo Sanchez will actually catch this one. Here's the 0-2 pitch for Wayne Pittman. That's actually a well-hit ball. Ooh, that's foul. So Wayne is digging in here at the plate, although that is just a light grounder, so this is probably going to be out number 2. So it is up to Pete Wheeler to extend this inning here. I really don't want to use the undergrounder this early. And that is a home run for Pete Wheeler on line drive power. He's going to clear the shed, actually. Wow. Even at Perks Department 2, that might have been a home run. And, well, that is a 4-0 lead, and here comes Cameron Haynes with that speed boost. So let's see what he can do. This is going to be an inside pitch, and he's going to swing, hits it right to the pitcher, although Cameron will have the speed to get there. Wow, so 2 for 2 already for Cameron Haynes. And you know what, let's just go for it. Here's the underground already. Slow ball, and Victoria Schamberg puts that underground. I think Cameron Haynes will have the speed to come home very quickly. Well, that is going to be a ground rule double, and Cameron is going to have to stay at third, unfortunately. So Ahmed doesn't waste this, and he won't. Another pitch up the middle by Chris Milton. What are you doing, man? Back-to-back home runs for Ahmed Khan. He's having his best game of the season so far. And I seriously don't understand what it is with these pitchers just serving up meatballs to Ahmed. So it's a quick 7-0 lead for our monsters, and Chris Milton's probably going to be thrown out pretty soon. And then Courtney Valentino comes in and inherits an 0-2 count. I don't know why the game does that. It's so stupid. I'm talking about how they swap out their pitchers in the middle of at-bats sometimes. And Courtney Valentino's actually made it a 2-2 count, so here is her third pitch of the game so far. Heidi Thurman hits that right to the shortstop, but she drops it. The left fielder has it. He goes to second base, and Heidi Thurman might be too slow to get there. Yep, this is going to be out number 3. So the inning ends there, but we build our lead to 7 runs. And Alexis Weiss hits this right to Cameron Haynes. He doesn't make the catch, but he throws it right to Amir. Amir drops it, but he does tag up on first. Amir definitely has a drop. Call him Boris Young. Hits that into the air. Can Thor Herring get in position? And he does. Wow, barely made that catch. Gotta love hard players making cheap fly balls look so difficult. Left hook high and inside here. And Daniel Willis smacks that to Heidi Thurman, and she drops it. But Cameron Haynes is there to clean the mess, and that's a nice throw there. But Amir drops it again. Come on, man. Cameron Haynes is actually making some decent plays, but Amir is totally selling right now. Chris Milton hits it right to Cameron Haynes again. He makes a nice play. That's right to Dana, and there we go. That's a great. He's looking great on defense. He's having a great day so far on both sides of the ball. And And Dana Sakula hits that outside pitch right to their third baseman. I was surprised that they backed up for Dana Sakula, but that's a nice throw to Pablo, out number 1. And that's actually got some decent power, and he's going to hit it past the defense, actually, because they moved in for him, it looks like. And will he get caught up on the fence? He won't, so Amir is going to hold at first. So that's just going to be a single on a day where he has a massive batting decrease, so that's pretty good. Although, of course, I am very worried about Thor potentially hitting into a double play right here. And I stupidly swing on the first pitch as usual. That's a grounder right in front of home plate, so actually this might be okay. Amir is heading to second. Pablo gets the out, and wow, Amir barely made that. And you know what? Since we have the top of the order coming up soon, I'm just going to use another undergrounder. And Wayne Pittman has worked into a full count. Nice job, Wayne. Here is the 3-2 pitch, and he hits the undergrounder, so Amir is probably going to head home. And yep, this is out into the outfield, so Amir is going to arrive home safely, and that's going to give us an 8-0 lead. RBI for Wayne Pittman off the undergrounder. And best of all, we still have an undergrounder, so we could keep piling on here. And there we go, the undergrounder. Pete Wheeler is heading to first. This will be an easy single for him. Oh man, Wayne Pittman, we need you to reach second, and yes, he will before Carlos Beltran throws it in. Well, unfortunately, that was the last undergrounder we had, so maybe I should have saved it for later. But Cameron Haynes does have a batting boost, so we'll see what he does with this. And that's a hittable pitch, but that is going to be a fly ball by Cameron Haynes, so he's going to reach first easily, but Wayne Pittman is not going to reach third, unfortunately, so that is a third out. But we do extend our lead to 8-0. And I'm going to be honest, with how poorly the Indians have played so far, we have a good chance of shutting them out here. Thor Herring's going to throw that low and outside, and that is a tripler ground team.
Get to the bus. The officer's driving. Transport to the back plane in
What are you doing?
Perimeter team do their job. You'll go in and place the scheduled bus. No one will know the difference. This operation's
Terry Vega rips this one. Wow, okay, Victoria Vega that one. So that's going to be a base hit from Terry Vega. Look, Carlos Beltran does not scare me. We could have a double play coming up here. There's an outside change up and swing and a miss from Carlos Beltran. Thor Herring is just victimizing Carlos Beltran in our games against them so far. And this is going to be yet another outside slow ball, and Cordy Valentino just watches that go by surprisingly. So back-to-back strikeouts for Thor Herring, and that ends the inning. Outside pitch, Victoria Schamberg can get it though, and they moved it so far for her, so the shortstop is going to make this out, it looks like. And yes, that is out number 1, but here comes Ahmed Khan, 2 for 2 today, already gone yard twice. If I was Cordy Valentino, I'd just walk him, but he smacks that into left field, and this is just going to be a base hit. Oh no, Heidi Thurman hits a fly ball, and this could be a double play. Get back Ahmed, and that is going to be, wow, he is actually safe. I think we got a barely call from the up there, so we avoid disaster. Ahmed is going to steal here, and yep, she's not even going to bother throwing it to second. 3-1 pitch from Cordy Valentino, and that's low, so Dana has just been walked for the second time today. So nice job by Dana getting on base twice today without even having to get a hit. And Amir Khan just hits a light grounder there. This is probably going to be out number 3, so that's too bad. We just wasted a 2 runners aboard opportunity. Yep, Ahmed's out at third, so we get shut out for the first time today. So here comes Pablo, and you just know he's got to be pissed watching some of his former teammates beat up on his own team. 0-2 pitch, slow ball inside, and Pablo is going to hit a light fly ball, but that's into the gap, and we're just not going to be in position to make that play. Although he's rounding second, he has to go back to first.
So much for
Amir
the
makes the
facilities
catch
on alert.
and the tag. He finally does something good, and Pablo
No
gets
rest
the
along the walkway. Taking a
Pablo
left
is
at the
definitely
fork.
playing with anger right now, and Alexis
right
Ruiz
at the next
rips
fork
that
and see
one
some
off.
stairs in front of
Make
you.
this play, and he won't actually. Wow, I spoke too soon. Great play.
Let me give you instructions. Try and get you to the
And Morris
target,
Young
taking
puts
you
this
around
one
the
to
worst of the
ground.
security.
Field this one, and he will get to first. 3 very quick outs. Thor Herring once again swings on the first pitch, and the reason why I do that is because I just want to preserve his
I
stamina.
thought they
And I
were
know he's not
sending
fast enough to get on the base
professionals.
anyway,
I
so
collaborate
it
and
was
nearly
good
get
at the
a
end.
ship
And that is
for the
going to be
pleasure.
the third strike. Cordy
Just give
Valentino
me-
finally gets herself a strikeout, and here comes Pete Wheeler. He needs a triple to hit for the
There
second,
are
and he
some
can definitely
screws
do
I
it.
hope
That's a
we
good
run
looking pitch.
into.
And Pete Wheeler, did he just
Let's
go
go.
yard again? That will almost be out of here. Wow, Pete Wheeler was just inches away from his second home run of the game. So 2 pitch from Cameron Haynes, and Cameron Haynes.
Asset acquired. Get to the
They're
pickup.
so far from him.
You better have a
Makes
good
the catch, so he
run.
did kind of blow that opportunity there with Pete on base.
Paycheck is in your hands, transporter.
And Daniel
Protect
Willis puts this one on the
Reshkovsky.
ground. Amir is gonna
Officer, you're clearing a path for the transporter and Reshkovsky. Get them out alive.
And Chris Milton hits a fly.
This zone's gonna work. You're gonna clear the area, then Reshkovsky will move up.
There's Chris Milton. There's another light fly ball, and that's over Thor's head. Dana, can you make this play? And she does. Amir catches it. Out number 2. Samantha Winslow.
Clear the area.
Fly ball,
Reshkovsky will
right fly ball
advance.
right in front of Wayne Pittman, and he does make this play right to Amir. Very easy 3 outs. And it's kind of incredible just how bad the Indians are, even with problems. This has been a long at-bat so far. We definitely want to tire Corey Valentino out, really go for pitch counts. She keeps fouling off, so Victoria Schamberg really holding her ground here. Oh, and that is called strike 3. Wow, I don't know about that one. But let's be real, he knows that this game is over. He just wants to go home. There's a hittable pitch for Ahmed, but he pops that one up. And can their third baseman make this play? And yes, he will. And so Ahmed is turned away for the first time today. So Heidi Thurman is our last chance at offense in this game, but she pops it up too. They moved in close for her. So will he be able to make this play? No, he won't. So Heidi Thurman could get to first, and she will. Well, let's see what Dana can do. She's already been walked twice today, and that's a horribly inaccurate pitch. So wait, hold on a second. Dana has worked it to a 3-0 count once again. And here comes Carlos Beltran after Courtney Valentino put it at a 3-0 count. So let's see what Carlos does. Okay, Carlos has thrown 2 strikes, so it's now a full count. And that's a zigzag pitch. Foul ball. Here is the offering. Carlos Beltran, that's out of the strike zone. No way. Dana just got walked for the 3rd time today. And I think that's never happened to me before. I've never had one player get walked 3 times in one game. And it just happened with Dana Sakula of all players. So major props to Dana. She reached base 3 out of 4 times today and didn't even have to get a hit. And here comes Amir. That is going to be a grounder. And yeah, this will be out number 3. So Carlos Beltran just going to flip it to third base to get Heidi out. So we did get shut out in our last 3 innings, but we built up that 8-0 lead early. And the Indians have done nothing to put up a fight anyway, so it doesn't matter that we've gotten shut out the last 3 innings. 0-2 pitch here. Inside curveball, and Terry Vega gets sent away. 4th strikeout of the game for Thor Herring. And here comes Carlos Beltran. You know he doesn't want to get struck out again, and he actually makes contact this time. Cameron Haynes is in position. Can he make this throw? And he does. Amir Khan makes the catch. And we are just 1 out away from getting our first shutout victory of the season over our division rivals, the Cleveland Indians. Inside curveball from Thor Herring. Pop up for Courtney Valentino. Can Ahmed secure the ball? And he is just not in position. Come on, Ahmed. You can't do this. Dana makes the throw, and she actually gets the out. So Dana makes up for it. Amir secures the catch. And we have won 8-0, easily defeating the Indians. And I'm going to repeat myself, but I'm just shocked at how bad the Indians are, even with the addition of their supplemental draft pick, Pablo Sanchez. Unfortunately, the Twins did beat the Tigers, so they are still undefeated in division play. They are 5-0 in the season. We are 4-1. So the Tigers are shockingly winless, and the Indians are just 1-4. So let's take a look at the stats for the Twins so far. Francis Bluer and Jim Kiley are both hitting over 500, and Frank Thompson's hitting over 400. So they aren't putting up a lot of home runs or anything like that, but they definitely have a lot of good contact hitters on their team. Let's take a look at our stats on the game. Pete Wheeler was 4 for 4 with a home run, and Cameron Haynes was just 2 for 4 with his massive speed boost, which is a little too bad, but he still got 2. hits. Ahmed Khan was 3 for 4 with 2 dingers and 5 RBI. But honestly, one of the most impressive performances of the game was Dana Sakula, who was walked 3 times. I have never had that happen to me before, getting walked 3 times in a game with 1 player. Thor Herring had a very easy day, 47 pitches thrown, 44 strikes, 3 balls, so he was very, very accurate. Only had to throw 4 strikeouts, only allowed 3 hits. So yeah, like I said, one of the easiest days for him so far this season. So that means next up is our last divisional matchup of the season against the Minnesota Twins, and we're playing at their house, Cement Gardens. And honestly, this is kind of scary because we know how broken hitting on cement is in this game, especially for players with speed. And unfortunately, a game after he had a massive speed boost, Cameron Haynes now has a nerf with running. He is down to 3 out of 10 at running, and also down to 1 out of 10 at fielding, which is really too bad because he's actually been playing pretty well at shortstop for us so far. So we are going to move Cameron Haynes down to the batting order a little bit. And Ahmed Khan has a massive nerf to his batting and running. Oh man, this is so poorly timed because we could really use Ahmed Khan's hitting against this Twins team, but that's just really too bad. Awful timing for Ahmed Khan to start feeling bad. So this means we have to rearrange the batting order even more. This means we're going to have to face the Twins with our best hitter out of commission, basically. And of course, Stan Olofsson has a batting boost, so we're basically facing off against the Twins at the height of their powers on a day where our best hitter is not feeling well. But remember, speed is key when you're playing on cement, so Pete Wheeler's got to have a huge day here. And that looks like a hittable pitch. Pete Wheeler smacks that out to the center fielder, and thankfully that will fall in, so that's going to be a leadoff single for Pete Wheeler. Of course, we're going to have Pete steal, and he will reach second easily. That's actually a decent throw, but their second baseman flubs it, and Pete Wheeler will actually take third. So hey, 2 steals for the price of 1. 1 and 2 count to Victoria Schamberg, and she puts that one on the ground, and Pete Wheeler will reach home easily. So nice sacrifice ground out for Victoria Schamberg. We've got a 1-0 lead already. Thankfully, Amir is back to his usual boost that he gets from playing with Ahmed, even though Ahmed is feeling down today. So it's up to Amir to pick up the slack for his older brother here. 0-2 pitch coming up here. I forgot to switch back to an open stance, but Amir Khan hits this one out to right field, and this will hit the building actually, so that's going to be a base hit for Amir. And she has a chase after this one. It's bouncing up high in the air, and Amir will not reach second, so he's going to have to hold it first. And he barely got back in time. Wow, that was close. Okay, Ahmed is feeling down today. He's got a major decrease to both his batting and his running, as you guys saw, but maybe we can get some cheap hits from him. And Amir's going to take second easily, so this is good. Amir is already a threat to score and only 1 out away. And Ahmed Khan hits that one well, actually, and that will fall in. So this will be a base hit for Ahmed. Amir hangs on at second, and that could have turned out a lot worse. So Ahmed, on a day when his batting is massively decreased, does still get a hit. And Heidi Thurman's having a great at-bat here. A lot of foul balls. Jay Green is already at 20 pitches. But that is going to be an infield fly ball. It will land. Jay Green throws it out at second. And oh no, that's going to be a double play. Oh, come on. That's horrible. So we are up 1-0, but the Twins have a power-up. This is really bad, potentially. This team has a lot of really fast, great contact hitters, and so if they have a power-up, this could go horribly. And that's a strikeout on Maynard McElroy. Maynard and Carlos Beltran are definitely Thor's favorite victims so far this season. And here is Ichiro, who's going to have such a great game today, probably. But we do quickly work it to an 0-2 count. Here comes Thor's third pitch, and Ichiro is going to hit that right to Cameron Haynes, and he drops it. Come on, man. Ichiro's rounding to second, and Dana makes the tag. Okay, thankfully, Ichiro didn't choose to slide for some reason. Easy out. Well, not so easy, but you guys get what I mean. And Jay Green hits that one. Oh, that's a huge bounce. It's going to go out to Victoria, and she will... Well, she'll stop the progress of the ball, but it's still a live ball, and Jay Green will reach second pretty easily here. Horrible throw from Cameron Haynes. So Jay Green goes to third. Heidi drops it, and are you kidding me? That's one of the most undeserved triples of all time. Well, that's just absolutely ridiculous. And you're going to Stan Olofsson, who's boosted to a 10 and wow, that's a screaming line drive. They're already using their power up. This is going to score Jay Green easily and tie it up just like that. And Princess Wheeler runs it actually. I think they're going to be safe. That's Thor Herring.
Pilots going to LSIA. And me, I'm going to put up some smoke in a nice crowded public place, giving everyone an AP pistol and a special carbine so there's no fighting over who's the favorite.
And we get out of that inning only allowing 1 run somehow. And here comes Dana, who's coming off a fantastic
Ground team, when you get to the bus, the officer's driving, the transporter's in the back playing inmate. If the perimeter team do their job, you'll go in and place of the scheduled bus. No one will know the difference.
Fastball though, that's in the strike zone. Dana sends it up the middle. Jay Green stops it down. Their shortstop going to be able to take that play. Jay Green didn't catch that. That was a good play by him. So unfortunately, the 650 batting average Cameron Haynes is scoring perfectly. He is going to take a hit today because he does have a speed decrease. That is just going to be a small, light rounder. And yeah, Jay Green's going to get this one, no problem. And here comes Thor Herring. So basically an automatic out. And that's actually a decently placed rounder for Thor. Why they back up so far from? I don't know what the drops it, and that goes off screen, out of play. Are you serious? Okay, well, free double for Jack Joseph. Curveball low and away, and Lena Ing, I think that's how you pronounce her name, just puts out a grounder to Thor Herring, and Amir will secure that. So out number 1. 0-2 pitch inside slow ball to Jim Kiley, and he sends a rocket up the middle, perfectly placed hit. Hoffman's going to field that one, and we got runners at the corners with just 1 out. It is incredible how much the Twins stress me out. This is a really talented team. Maynard McElroy hits a fly ball out to Victoria, and can she make this catch? She does, but the runner on third tags up. That's going to be a sacrifice fly. Although the glitch where the runner just stands at home plate just happened, so the run doesn't count. And yeah, the runner's still standing there. Thor Herring lets it go over his head, of course. Okay, now the run counts. So if you play the game a lot, you've probably seen that glitch happen before, so we just lost our lead. Jay Green puts down a bunt. Thor Herring is going to make the play to first. Amir does catch it, so out number 3, but Twins take the lead. I honestly might have Wayne just take a strikeout here because I want to get to the top of the order with Pete Wheeler. Although Wayne Pittman has a nicely hit ball right there that goes right to the short tempo, so out number 1. But we are back at the top of the order now with Pete Wheeler. You know what? I'm going to actually go power with him because I just don't want to risk a fly ball. And we all know that Pete Wheeler puts the ball into play, he will probably reach base no matter what. And as we learned in the 99-0 challenge, small ball is supreme in this game. And there we go. Pete Wheeler puts down a grounder down the third baseline, and yep, going to be an easy single. Even when you have power hitters, it is better to go with a small ball grounder and line drive strategy. Pete Wheeler's going to take second base easily. We're going to stick to grounder power with Victoria Schamberg as well. She's going to hit that right to the shortstop, but Pete Wheeler is going to take third. And wow, actually, he probably could have gotten Pete out, but instead selected to get Victoria out. So now there's 2 outs away. Pete Wheeler is at third. And Amir Khan swings at this one, puts down a grounder, but no, that is right to Frank Thomas. Are you kidding me? That's the worst place it could have gone. And we just stranded Pete Wheeler on third base. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, that's pretty bad. We just wasted a chance for Pete Wheeler on third base. We are still down 2-1, and I'm pretty sure the Twins still have a power-up because they only use the screaming line drive once. And Stan Olafson hits a fly ball. That would be a home run at any other park aside from Cement Gardens. And yep, that's going to hit the brick wall. Pete Wheeler is going to have to wait for this one to come down. That's going to go... Dennis Akuya, like, just going to
Take it to bowling broke and avoid attention.
Third with no outs, and Samantha Winslow, there's just nothing we can do about them. We're just not fast enough, so runs to the corner with no outs. Yikes. And great, Frank Thomas is up with 2 runners aboard. That's a pop fly for Frank Thomas, and hold on a second, Heidi Thurman, the runners don't tag up in this game, she just got a catch, and he gives it to Thor Herring, so we just got a super cheesy double play, and now we have our own batting power up. So wait a minute, what's going on? Thor's not going to the mound?
You're coming up on bowling broke.
No.
Hold it together and
You've got to be kidding me.
You've got clearance.
What is up with this game trying to screw me over, and now they have a player at second when they didn't deserve that? This game is so cheesy, man. I can't believe it. And here's Jack Joseph with a light fly ball, and no, runners are just going to be safe. There's nothing we can do. I swear, if the Twins get any runs, I'm going to freaking scream. And Lena Ing, that's a nicely hit ball out to Victoria, and yep, that's going to drive in a run. You have got to be kidding me. Victoria drops it because, of course, she does. And they might score another run here, actually. Thankfully, the runner holds at third, but we're down 3-1 now. And Jim Kiley puts down a bunt, and I think we will be able to get the out here, thankfully. So Amir secures it, but man, that was a horrible inning. Sure, we only allowed 1 run, but we shouldn't have allowed any, to be honest with you. And Ahmed hits a fly ball.
As long as they think you're an inmate in a guard, they shouldn't raise the alarm.
Yep, 1 out. And now we're in the depths of our batting order. So thankfully, we do have the undergrounder now. That can be very useful, especially with all those power hitters at the bottom of our lineup. And Heidi Thurman has a nice hit down the third baseline. I don't know why they're backing up for her hitters, but that's just a great throw. I can barely even talk, I'm stuttering. Great throw. Third baseman, easy out there. Okay, Dana, if you can draw a walk or something, that'll be great because we can get you on base and then use the undergrounder. Now Frank Thomas for Jay Green, who only lasted 47 pitches. I'm kind of surprised by how bad his stamina is, actually. And this is in the stretch, so I gotta swing at it. But Dana has a nicely hit ball. That will
Facilities on alert. You move for Rishkovsky.
Probably will make
Go
this
west along the waterway, taking a
no,
left
the
at the
first
fork.
baseman actually drops it. That's going to be a single.
Turn right at the next fork and see some stairs in front of you.
Out of play. So Dana's just going to get a free double out of that. Now
Let me give you instructions. Try and get you to the target, take you around the worst of the security.
Down, and Dana should score on this. And yep, that is out into center field. That is perfect. So Cameron's going to get the second. Dana trips, but she probably will make it home. And okay, good stuff. We're back to within 1. And you know what? I am desperate. Let's keep it going. Thor Herring. Let's drive in Cameron here. So Thor Herring puts this one underground. Let's see where it goes. Cameron is heading to third. And that is out to center field again, so Cameron will score. Let's go. Tie game coming here. And Thor Herring will get to second, so he will get credit for a double. That is awesome. We have tied it up very quickly. We have no undergrounders, but we did tie it up. So we might as well have Wayne to swing on the first pitch here.
Let's go!
An easy out for the shortstop, but we did tie this ball game. I'm actually going to move our defense in because Maynard and Ichiro are probably going to try to do the one cheese again on this. And Maynard hits a grounder that bounces pretty high, but Maynard should be able to make the square and move that Maynard out. Okay, that's crucial.
I was safer than myself.
So with getting him out, we have to steal on base.
Paycheck is in your hands, transporter. Protect Reshkovsky.
Amir runs away from it. What are you doing, man? That should have been
Officer, you're clearing a path for the transporter and Reshkovsky. Get them out alive.
But he does lay down a punt. I knew someone would
This is how it's gonna work. You're gonna clear the area, then Reshkovsky will move up. Clear it, clear it,
throw it home,
get him out in one piece.
We get it to Wayne.
Fly you around out of there.
Just lets the ball go by. And are you serious? No. No. Okay, I'm surprised.
Make it safe and the asset will move up.
And what are you doing, Victoria? Okay, for some reason, Ichiro didn't go home, although he easily could have, so the Twins should be up 4-3 right now. Thankfully they are. So we're just playing stupid out in the field right now. I don't know what our guys are doing. Oh, and Stan Olafson hits a high fly ball. Can Victoria make this catch? And she does. Wow, that was so clutch from Victoria.
Gang moving to the area is clear. Come on.
He's at the top of the order coming up. And yep, that's going to be a grounder, bouncing grounder.
There's a small gap between the two buildings to your west. That's your exit out of the northern yard.
Like I was saying, even with
We are going to incentivize this. We need Reshkovsky out of the country quickly and in good health. The better you do those things, the better you're paid.
So I'm just going to stick your grounder with it from now on. And Victoria Shamberg does hit a grounder right in front of the catcher, but Pete Wheeler will reach third. And you know what? I'm just going to sneak home with Pete Wheeler. They weren't even paying attention. Pete Wheeler goes in the back door, and we have the lead. We have come back from down 3-1. The Twins have blown a 3-1 lead, and there's only one out away, so we could actually keep going here. Nice hit from Amir Khan. That is out to the center fielder, though, and that is going to be a fly out. No, she actually drops it. Amir's heading to second. No, we're going to have to go back to first. Okay, he reaches. And that is a grounder from Ahmed Khan, so Amir should reach easily here, and actually both players are going to reach. No, never mind, Ahmed won't. I thought that the catcher was hesitating there, but that was such a great throw, so Ahmed is thrown out. Okay, 2 outs, and it's up to Heidi Thurman to try to extend our lead here. Oh, but that is a soft fly ball, but the third baseman just moves out of the way. She probably thought she had backup, but she doesn't, so Heidi is going to reach. Okay, Dana, now it's up to you. Oh, but that is a grounder. They moved back for Dana yet again, but the out will be made at second base, so we are heading to the bottom of the fifth with a lead, but only a 1-run lead. And remember, the Twins only use one screaming line drive, so there's a possibility they still have it. Francis Bluer hits a grounder, but that's a huge bounce, and Thor Herring will just not make it there in time, so single right there. And this is very tense. We need to turn a double play or something for me to feel confident again. And Frank Thomas watches that one go by, and we will not get the strikeout double play here, but that is another strikeout for Thor Herring. The runner does advance to second, but that is 1 out away, thankfully. We're going to move the defense in for Jack Joseph. Yep, that is a grounder like I thought. The runner will go to third, and no, Heidi, what are you doing? Why are you not covering third? That should have been an easy out, but instead we've got runners at the corner now, only 1 out. To be honest, we could be winning this game easily if we just made better fielding decisions. But okay, we've worked into an 0-2 count. I'm going to juice up Thor to have the most accurate pitches possible here. High and inside pitch, and Lena pops this one up. Wayne, I need you to make this catch. And he does. The runner's heading home. And what are you doing? Wayne, what just happened, man? I don't know who to blame, Wayne or Thor, although the run isn't counting for some reason. The runner advances to third, and the scoreboard still reads 4-3 for the Twins. So did that run just not count? Did the game glitch out again? I've never seen that glitch happen twice in one game. 0-2 pitch here to Jim Kiley. This is a crucial pitch with the runner on third, and he's going to strike out. So wait, hold on a second. That one just isn't going to count. Are you serious? So for the first time ever, a major glitch works in our favor. It should be a tie game right now, but the scoreboard reads 4-3 for the Monsters. Cameron Haynes with a fly ball here. Frank Thomas drops it. Will he reach first? I don't know if he will. No, out number 1. And I can't believe we just got away with that one. Wayne Pittman totally missed Thor with a throw, but it's a 4-3 game right now. Thor Herring with a nice hit there, actually. Frank Thomas secures it. It is going to be out number 1. I can't believe that we still have the lead here. If we get away with the win here, because we've got a glitch that will laugh so hard, Wayne Pittman puts the ball on the ground.
Remember, a scratch on Reshkovsky is a scratch on your paycheck. And the quicker you get him out, the more you're
and that is going to be a grounder to Cameron Haynes, but Maynard is too fast, so leadoff single for the inning. Gotta be very careful with Ichiro here. And Maynard is gonna steal, so we got a runner on second. No outs. 1-2 pitch to Ichiro, and he is going to strike out. Okay, rare strikeout on Ichiro. I'm surprised we got that. And Jay Green bunts it, but that is out to Thor. We're actually gonna get the out at third here, so okay, that was... The game loves me for some reason. I can't believe we just won that game. It should be 4-4, but instead we went 4-3, and not only do we get the no run doesn't count glitch, or whatever you want to call it, weird home base error, but we just got a glitch double play to end the game. What the heck? This is the most undeserved divisional victory of all time, but hey, I'm not going to complain about that one because the Twins are such a tough team to beat. So we are now tied for the division lead. Both us and the Twins are 5-1, and the Indians just beat the Tigers, so the Tigers are 0-6 in division play. And let's look at these hitting stats. Aside from Pete Wheeler and Amir Khan, nobody really had a good game for us in offense. Thor Herring threw 65 pitches, 5 strikeouts, definitely his most stressful pitching performance so far. And guys, we just got away with one there. I can't believe the game basically just handed us a victory, which never happens. But wow, like I said, we are now tied with the Twins for the division lead. We're both 5-1. They do, of course, get the tiebreaker over us in terms of their run differential. But wow, for once, we get away with a cheesy victory there. And now we are heading into the non-divisional competition of our schedule. We are at home, and we are facing the Baltimore Orioles, who we actually did play last year. And they do have some solid players. They're not the most ferocious team. And wow, Jeff Kona has a massive decrease to all attributes. Cindy Chang, I'm pretty sure, is a Vicky Kawaguchi clone. So they do have some decent players, but on paper, they're not the best team we've played so far this season. So I'm looking to open up our non-divisional schedule with a bang here. The Orioles are also last in their division. They're just 2-4. So hopefully this is a bit of a comeback for us after last week's stressful contest, and we get another easy win here. And like I said, I'm pretty sure Cindy Chang is a Vicky Kawaguchi clone, so we got to be very careful for her. She's not a very good hitter, but she is super fast. And yep, there is a bunt for Cindy Chang, and she will reach first. Nobody's even close to that one. And Jocinda Smith does have some sort of boost today, which is kind of weird. I hope it's not one of the unseen steroid batting boosts. Okay, here is the pitch, and why did I throw an inside pitch when she had an open stance? And Jocinda Smith just homered off me. That's embarrassing. Okay, and just like that, we are down 2-0. We haven't even turned it out yet. That's not good. That's probably one of Thor Herring's worst starts ever. Swing and a miss in the inside pitch, and that is a good comeback for Thor. strikeout, first out of the game so far, and here comes Jeff Conine, who, like I said, does have a massive decrease to all of his attributes today, including hitting. Slow ball inside, and he actually sends out a nice line drive to Cameron Haynes, but he secures that catch. And Vic Souffle is going to hit that